have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Starting a bit early. I know. Who we got in here? We got Azrael, Kevin, Snowman. Oh man, we got all the superheroes. What I knew about Blue Marvel? A lot. Just a lot. That's all. So what's up? What's up? What's up? Who's ready for this show? This might piss people off, but that's what y'all like. Y'all like getting pissed off about simple shit. You know, get ready. Gotta change up.
Woo!
Sir, out of Bayou. Woo! We're gonna bring it. We're gonna talk about those L's. We're gonna talk about them losses. Okay? We're gonna talk about them goddamn losses. We're gonna wait for a few more people. Share. Let them know we here. Lamar L's, what's up? We're gonna talk about them L's black men have to hold. By the way, I like Blue Marvel. I just think he's underused. And then again, I could say that about every other black comic book character, right? Am I right? Am I right? What's up? Wait a couple of minutes for a little bit of people come in.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
I like that clip. So what? So what? We have a very big lack of understanding. Oh, don't kick the chair, Iman. Don't kick the chair, Iman, Patty. Don't kick the chair. We're gonna get all into that. Come on, share this to your friends, share it to your girls, share it to your boys. Because we're gonna cook in here. We're gonna be real funky with it. Alright? We're gonna talk about the biggest L's. Woo! How you feeling? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you have stopped and came to hear the orator of all orators, the champion of champions, the shit talking, the dirty walker, officer of the goddamn law, the suntan Superman. Woo! Hey, Jody. Jody. We're going to talk about Charlie That guy's so fly, kiss the girls and make them cry. Yes, we're going to talk about the L's black men hold. You may not agree with them, but it doesn't make them any less truthful. Number one, the biggest L that black men hold, one of them anyway, we got several. One of the biggest L's we hold is our lack of teamwork, our lack of camaraderie. Overall, we don't work in teams very much. We beef too goddamn much to even make sound conclusions, sound pushing the race forward, if you will. We pretty much bastardized teamwork. We pretty much put a cap on working as a cohesive unit. And militaristically, it's bitten us in the ass generation after generation after generation. If you don't like what I'm saying, tell me hell no, officer. If you agree with what I'm saying, give me a woo in the chat. We must figure out ways, and I mean several ways, how to combat this. Even in the manosphere, we're so fractured. Yes, we're not a monolith, but we should show some type of, solidarity towards our fellow man. G. Garmin said it's crazy because we should be the most loyal to each other. It's by design. There are so many forces who don't want to see black men winning. There are so many forces that utilize our jealousy of each other, our disdain for the next black man to succeed. Every last one of us should help each other gain something. We should. Because if we don't hang together, we'll all basically hang separately in the gallows. But what are we going to get out of it? What a lot of men don't understand in our community is that we're only as strong as the team we pull. Okay? That's it. We're only as strong as that. But several times, more than enough, we still like to make factions. And it's cool if you got a faction, if you have a group of people that you work with well, that's cool. That's all fine and dandy. But remember, even Vito Corleone said I'd rather have peace than to have never-ending war where we all lose. Even if we got issues with each other, you should never give out your brother to another outside of your collective. Family business should be held in-house and away from cameras and recorders. Due to this disdain that so many black men have for each other, perfect example, the boy versus, or Dubois, if you're French, versus Marcus Garvey. He had such disdain for Marcus Garvey, even down to calling him being dark and making fun of him instead of finding out that Marcus Garvey was right the entire time. Imagine if Dubois and Garvey could have worked together. How much they could have accomplished. because he did the same bullshit to Booker T once Garvey was deported. He did the same thing to Booker T, and what happened? The same forces that galvanized him against Garvey were the ones who kicked him to the corner and to the side, where he was disenfranchised. But y'all don't follow me though. Nobody wants to hear that. We all want to hear the feel good shit. We want to talk about things that we'll still argue about for we'll still be the ones who arguing over educated guys, non-educated guys, blue collar guys, street guys. We're all black in the totality of things, man. And we're going to be all treated as such. What happened? I've seen guys who've been on the streets get guns pulled on them by cops. I've seen guys who are doctors and lawyers get guns pulled on the streets by cops. You're all treated as what you all, a threat. Never forget that. The next L that black men have to carry, and this is going to be a hurtful one to a lot of brothers, excusing black women for their treachery. I've said it. And I'm not shitting on black women. I'm just going by historical fact. How many times have black women literally sold out the entire race and it was nothing but forgiven? There were no consequences. As a matter of fact, there was nothing but simping. Nothing but simping. I'm not putting no woman against or above black women, but hey, we got to tell the truth. There's too many times in our community where we're laughing at a black man while a black woman assaults him. We're telling a black man, well, you know, that's how it is when it comes to child support laws. We're excusing her treachery and fuckery, and we don't chastise them for it. There are brothers now going through it. And there are brothers who will also make the excuses for such bullshit. And that's an L we got to hold. It's disgusting. There are some people out there who are fellow black men making fun of Tommy and that situation. But those are the same Negroes that Tommy would have knocked them out in front of her, knocked her out in front of him. They'd be like, no, that's a woman. That's a woman. You know why? Too many of you seen your mothers do this to your fathers and expect this is to be the behavior of women. Too many of you seen your fathers, grandfathers, your brothers go through this bullshit and y'all think it was funny until it happened to you. You wanted all the sorrow, all the tears, all the help. As a matter of fact, there's too many of us. There's too many of us who believe for the longest time The black woman is gold. Too many of us. Too many of us. If she's God, then she's not a very forgiving one, is she? Think about that. You refuse to check these women who have these sons. They teach their women, they teach their daughters how to be prostitutes. Yeah, I said it. I've said it. I like to say it. For a lot of you black women who think men look at you like objects, remember this one thing I'm going to tell you. It was your mother who put a price tag on your pussy before anybody else. Okay? That was your mother who did that. That was your mother who said, if that man don't have about $5, don't give him no pussy. If he can't pay the bills over here with me, and you don't need to be with him. She never tells you to date anybody with character, substance. She doesn't say, hey, get the best possible husband you could be. No. She tells you to go get your education so you don't need a man. But you never figured out why your mom, 60, 50 years old and never been married. Matter of fact, y'all see this bullshit? Because I was going to post what you said, Libya Snife. And if you like to come up here and speak to me one-on-one, you may, but you may not like the results. I think it's so odd that people like you are disgusting. I truly do. Don't block her. I'm going to give you an invite right now. Since you want to disturb shit, you got 3 minutes to get up here. And the heat is on. The heat is on. Bring your ass up here if you got something to say. Because, yeah, it's a black man's. No. You're here because you chose to be disruptive. Now, no. I don't give a damn what you up here for. You want to be disruptive? We're going to stop the show and we're going to show you up. So either come up here in 3 minutes or leave. Which I think is a very easy request. Because you're disturbing. Because I saw what you wrote. Now. Hey, what's up, Lolita? No, don't block her. Don't block her. Bring your ass up here. Yeah, you need my permission. It's my page. It's my channel. So, yeah. Last time I checked, when it comes to this channel, my black ass is Vito Corleone. And you just a lonely soldier. No. Last time. Bring your ass up here or I'll ban you. You want to argue from the chat? Bring your ass up here. Because I notice people always got something to say in the chat when we can hear you live like Memorex. Come on. Nah, you started something today. Come finish it. Come finish it. Be man or woman enough to do it. Because if you don't want to argue, then get the hell on. That's what I'm going to tell you. No. I want you to come up here. I want you to come up here and tell me about your sharing. I want you to come up here with your sharing. I'm not being emotional. I'm actually being. Yeah, we already know you're being an alien. Y'all know what to do. Time her out. Try to be nice to let you explain yourself. Come on. You can say all this coming up here. And if you don't mind, I will get back to my show as planned. Thank you. Now, before we were rudely interrupted, yes, see, these are one of these L's. Thank you for proving my goddamn point. Once again, proving the damn point. Proving the damn point right there. Nothing constructive. A bunch of bullshit. And here's another L we need to have. We need to bring up. Being the garbage man of the dating world, man. Being the goddamn garbage man of the dating world. Too many times, because of this, we end up in the worst possible situations and relationships. We don't have standards. That's a big L. I'm combining two L's into one. G. Garvin said, crazy thing is that if she was a black woman, she's a whole section of YouTube and internet she could go and be amongst her own, yet she's here seating care. Exactly. Exactly. And Trey, yes. Should avoid these bums. Avoid the hell out of them. Avoid the hell out of these slumbusters. Why is it that we look at the black man as the guy who got to handle the trash? Why is it that we look at the black man like he's supposed to be a baby daddy? Do we get to start our own legacy, or we just put on this earth to build somebody else's? What is it? What is it? We're not allowed to even govern our own selves. What standards do we have? Because a lot of things our outlook is governed by that. We don't have a level to say, hey, you got to have this rite of passage to be called a man in our community. We don't encourage our well to do people, our accomplished, our educated, our hardworking. Everybody just want to do the fast and quick way of doing shit. Look at what we pick for mates. The worst, the disrespectful, the ungrateful, the out of shape. And we make excuses once again. Remember the last one? We make excuses for this behavior. See how all these things connect? We make excuses because of our lack of standards, because of our lack of dignity, our lack of self-respect. Every black man's middle name ought to be welcome, just so people could walk over you like a mat on the fucking front door. That's all. That's all. That's all. But we're going to get somebody else up in here talking about their sharing. But I don't know. Snowman was quick on the trigger. Good thing for Snowman being quick on the trigger because she said some shit about, George Floyd. But yet, George Floyd did all this shit. But where's the articles? Where's the proof? So it's kind of funny how even I don't justify Freddie Gray being dead, regardless if it was the police or not. But I'm not going to use that poor excuse to say, well, he was this, he was that. Yeah, we know he was a known drug dealer. And thank you, Mr. Johnson, for the Cash App support. Got to give you this for the Cash App.
By the power of Grayskull.
We got to be able to look at these L's, which there's many more. Another big L we're afraid of is black men being successful. Notice we hate on our success in the black community. We hate on it. We despise the successful. You know why? Because many a times the successful is the ones who show that what you can do when you get off your fucking ass. Regardless if he's the plumber, the electrician, the engineer, the soldier, the cop, the firefighter, the STEM major. We show so many times in our community how much we're disgusted with success. You're right. Envy. Great unimaginable jealousy. Don't hate, congratulate. Think about this, brothers. If someone's more successful than you, how much of a man do you really have to be to shake that man's hand and say, congratulations, can you teach me how it's done? I want to learn how to play the game. But no, we'll hate. Good example. Even I didn't get promoted, but I called and congratulated even my ex when she got promoted. And her friend. When they got promoted, I called them and congratulated them. We need to give each other our fucking flowers while we're above ground. Don't bring any goddamn shit to me in the grave. I can't use it. I can't admire it. There's times when I'm dead broke to my name and I could call one of my best friends, no question, $25 for gas. There's times when they were dead broke to their name. Yo, can I no say no more? And that jealousy keeps you from what? We're gonna go back to it. Working together. Oh, there's so many L's. That jealousy will consume you like cancer. That envy will eat you alive like a goddamn jackal, gnawing at your very soul and your bones. Rolling Blood said it best. We'd rather be envious of one's success than aspire to be better ourselves. Vegeta's rivalry with Goku is a good example. Yes, if you look at the story, that's why I've always said, and one day I'm gonna do a case study of Vegeta. Vegeta has the greatest story arc in a long time. Shout out to my boy Sean Gillespie, my brother from another mother, one of my best friends, for the Cash App salute. This is Vegeta should post a lesson for you black men. Instead of being jealous and envious of your brother, Vegeta had to learn the battle was never with Goku, it was with himself. Okay? The battle was never with Goku, his battle was with himself. What's up, Sean? See, when you find out that the true battle is with you to be a better person than the day before, that's when you start winning. That's when you start to have skill plus timing plus opportunity brings luck, brings blessings. The more you focused on the winner, the less you focus on winning. Winners focus on winning, losers focus on the winner. Hopefully you're feeling better, man. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Think about this. So many times in your real life and even places in the manosphere, you hear so much jealousy, you hear so much envy, when so many of us could just work together. See, I was here long enough to remember the hit list they had on prominent people in the space. This is way before Kevin Samuels got popular. Hell, I was there when Angry Man first was going through the battles. When he, Cerulean, BGS, myself, Grinch, and others would go to other people's panels and debate such fuckery. Please show me the fucking evidence. Well, we could show you data that proves everything we speak of. Don't worry, Judge. Once I get talking, I'll bring you back up. And shout out for the lovely Sandra. She says, I love you, brothers and sisters. Much love from England. Kiss your son for me. Keep me in bed. I'll try. And I'll try to come. One day I got to visit England, Matty old England, with my dad English accent. Thanks for the love. All right, Snowman. See you later. Kiss the wifey for me and tell her the champ says I love. These are L's we got to keep. Another L that black men got to hold. You have yet to overcome your mother. I'm gonna I'm gonna make some enemies tonight. You have yet to overcome your mother. Does your mother respect you as a grown man? Or does she still see you as that little boy that she gave birth to? Does she respect your decision as a man, as a parent? Extended clips. What's up, man? Assalamu alaikum. And for my Jewish listeners, shalom. And for my Baptist and Christian, what it do? How many of us ever learned the lessons? You know what, Shawnee? You goddamn right. It took damn near almost 40 years. And this is probably the average black man, by the way, to get their respect from their mother as a grown ass man. Grown ass man. A lot of brothers out there can't even overcome their own mother. Think about that. What's up, Sergeant Major? Rangers lead the way, baby. A lot of grown ass men have never even overcome their mother. They have yet to get the respect as a man from the females of their fucking family. That's a big L that black men usually carry. A mother who loves her son is going to prepare her son for the harshness of life. I'm going to say it again. A mother is supposed to prepare her son for the harshness of life. At some point, a mother's going to have to tell her son, you can't hide underneath my dress anymore. You got to go with the men and learn how to be a man. I know that shit's going to sting for some people. But a good mother's going to say, you got to go be with the men. Don't give me this excuse, there were no men in the house. You have brothers. You have cousins. You send that boy off to the most capable men that you know. But you know why you don't do it? It's because too many of you want control. Too many of us have never got off of that. That's an L we got to carry. I'm not saying disrespect your mama. Far from it. I'm talking about the truths. Are you man enough to overcome your mother and tell her, look, I got to be a man. And you should respect me as such. I'm supposed to protect you. And sometimes protection means protecting you from your goddamn self. I'm going to answer that very vividly. She's supposed to give me the nurturer, and she's supposed to be the enabler of greatness. Okay? She's supposed to be the teacher and the enabler of greatness. Back in the ancient world, mothers would tell their sons, come back with your sword held in victory or dead on your shield. There's only two ways you'll be honored. Going in victory or dying fighting. That's how she prepared you. But for too long and too many, She nerfs the ability of those boys. I want to join the football or the wrestling team. No, it's dangerous. But then you're the first person to say there are no real men anymore. Of course not. You nerfed them all. When that boy wanted to go live with his father, nothing was wrong with his father. What happened? You didn't want him to live there because you thought he was going to have control. You thought he was going to put you on child support. You thought he was going to gain something you didn't. You already siphoned off the goddamn money. Shout out to David Price with the $20 salute. You know what you're getting.
By the power of Grayskull.
Even had to give you a little bit of Battle Cat. Appreciate that, Dave. See, I know it's hard being a single woman. Yeah. But did you, unless that father was so was so incompetent, why didn't you give him his child? Why didn't you? That's going to look poorly upon you. What male responsibilities did you give him? What are you giving this kid? What are you giving this kid? Are you giving him the best or are you giving him the worst? That I'm going to leave up to you. Another L that we have. Another L that we have. Oh shit, we got Judah Blues for the $20. Oh shit. We got to get you something for that one.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
Woo! Thanks for the support, man. Here's another L black men gotta carry. Black men gotta carry the L of the lack of service. We gotta stop being afraid of serving our brothers in our community. If there's a young brother who needs your help out there, who's trying to learn, who has a good head on his shoulders, what's wrong with being a goddamn mentor? I don't wanna do nothing. I'm teaching nobody kids. You know what the funniest part about it is? If the single mother was pretty enough, you'd be doing the same simp shit. There's a lot of brothers coming up in the same fucked up neighborhoods that we have been in, and we're lucky and blessed not to be eaten alive by it. What's wrong with that? Being a mentor. What's wrong with having a hand in the future of the guide of our youth? You want to know how you get the power back of your kids from the women? Start opening up these nonprofit organizations. Start having these PAL centers opened up. Demand them to come opened up 24/7. Why can't we have a guy like Judge Dre who sees a guy out there who's 16, 17, he's on a good path, but he's broke. But Judge Dre shows him the business, shows him how to make money the legal way, mentors him, go through them houses and learn, tell him all the certifications he need to pull, be his apprentice. You know what you did? You took one possible thief, murderer, drug dealer off the street, and you gave his family what? A damn good possibility to start generational wealth. Why don't you want to be? Somebody write this shit down in the chat. You need to be the hero of your narrative, which means you might have to be the hero of somebody else's narrative. Hello. Y'all don't hear me though. If you feel what I'm saying, give me a woo in the chat, please. Give me a woo in the chat. Because obviously, you cannot say, well, these boys off the hook if you're not willing to put them back on it. What good are you? There's plenty of brothers out there who knows kids. You'd be surprised how many young men out there looking for a chance. The same way you were looking for a chance. You feel me? It's mighty funny that once again, we're so envious. See how everything comes back full circle? We're so goddamn envious that if we see a young brother accomplishing something that we were so close to but couldn't, we don't want to see him succeed. But then we got the nerve to talk about, oh, he was smart. Why did he go to a life of drugs? What other options did you give him? What other options did you give him? That's an L. If the young men of your culture, of your society are doing poorly, that's a poor reflection upon you. I'm going to say it again for the niggas in the back. If the young men of the society are doing poorly, that's a poor reflection upon you. I know there's a gynocracy, but I'll be goddamn them motherfuckers are going to win. Not if the supreme commander of the fucking multifaceted armada says shit. Yes. and shout out to the angry man because shit. Because he was preaching today. He was preaching today about black fathers and the lack of respect for black men overall, which we're gonna get deeper in. And this one's dedicated to Valdez because I want to take a piece of his sermon, his lesson plan, and I'm going to incorporate it into mine. Here's another L for black men. Stop letting people, black women, and other race of people disrespect another black man so openly. That's an L. That's a fucking major L. You know how it is to be hardworking. Why would you let somebody else disrespect a guy that's in the same plight as you? What sense does that make? I don't give a damn if it's Tommy. I don't give a damn if it's anybody. If you got a problem with Tommy, guess what? You handle it in the house. You don't let no fucking strag. You don't let no fucking white boy, no Asian man, nobody disrespect one of your own openly. That's a major L. You think the Jews will let you disrespect another Jew openly? But y'all don't hear me though. Sergeant Major said, "That's so true. So many young men have come to my house for lessons when I was a ranger. It was a blessing to help young. It should be. Here it is. We're expecting respect when the reason why we're disrespected is because you laugh about it. You allow that shit to continue. No, he got hit by a woman. No, that's disrespectful. And then you got people up there like that raggedy ass Tasha K. The ultimate of raggedy bitches. To have the God-given audacity to try to make fun of Tommy. Bitch, you got $4 million hanging over your head from Cardi B. Stop. Stop. 4 mil. Stop. You're the first person who need to shut the fuck up. And see, this is the reason why you need solidarity. Because that raggedy ass Tasha K was the first motherfucker to pedestalize a prostitute. Make that make sense. She was the first person to pedestalize a prostitute and try to justify her fuckery. Who does that? Who does that? Pedestalizing a prostitute. But how many motherfuckers will actually say, you know what? Fuck all that. I'm going to stand by Tommy. I ain't do shit wrong. Mel said, "Oh, Charles, here's another L. Allowing male simps to pander to white women, negative talking about black men, black like the ones on Tasha K about the hooker. Facts. You do know the term sellout doesn't just mean you selling out black people, right? How the hell you going to... And you know what's funny? I'm glad I have very wonderful, sensible, mature women in my panels and chats. Because that little motherfucker right there disrespected all the women who actually are going through domestic violence. The ones who don't get the help. She's not a victim. You're the fucking aggressor. Not a fucking victim. And you know what? This one's just for you, Mel, since you brought it up. Another L black men have is mass incarcerated simping. Mass simping. Mass simping. We looking at you, Derrick Jackson. That nigga got 2 million counts of fucking simping and the first degree. I love women like the next guy, but god damn it, you gotta hold somebody accountable. Mass simping. Massive simping. It's a fuck COVID. COVID ain't got shit on simping. If anything, the shit might even outpace COVID. You know what simping does? It's that shit that I talked about, that lack of respect. Mass simping. Once again, afraid to talk about that fuck shit. Afraid. Aggravated simping in the first degree. Capital simping. Where's Shatterstar? We need to put that on a shirt. Capital One simping. You're guilty of simping in the first degree. Oh, man. Oh, simping. Look, and you know what I'm going to add on? I'm going to add on another charge for niggas dirty pimping. You know, you going to talk about a brother when you and him competing for a girl, and you going to try to dirty talk him. You want to talk dirt on his name. That's low down dirty. And that's a low down dirty shame. And I ain't even talking about Keenan Ivory Waynes, man. That's some fuck shit. Gonna go out there and dirty Mac because you mad that guy has a better game than you. Simping plague. Dirty Macking like hell, man. Aggravated subject with dirty Macking in hand. You goddamn right. That's the equivalent of getting caught with a Tech 9 or a Mac 10 and you getting charged for every goddamn bullet. How you gonna do that to somebody? Over a chick that was neither yours or hers. Y'all just competing. Niggas scared to compete. Dirty Macking. Man, I wish. If me and my boy Sean seen a girl and depending on who she interested in, we falling back. We falling back. You don't hate on your mans over some goddamn pussy. Did you marry the bitch? No. The fuck you talking bad to your mans for about it? Y'all just competing. If she shows interest or if that becomes his girl, fall back. Oh, you know, she's on you heavier than me, so I'm gonna fall back. That's what a gentleman would do. Stop simping. Fuck snitching. A lot of you niggas are simping. Capital One simping. Here's another one we need to cut out. The biggest L. One of the biggest L's in my factor. Y'all ready for this one? This might make you pissed off a little bit. Stop listening to women to justify your masculinity. I know, it might hurt some feelings. Stop listening or going to women to justify your masculinity. Stop it. God damn it, stop it. If you can't go to the elder men of your tribe to let you know what you need to accomplish to be a man, what the fuck are you looking for women to justify your masculinity for? When you're a single man, Are you still not a man? Is there a certain criteria you still got to follow? Stop going to women to justify your masculinity. You're not a man because you make money. Just because you make money. You're not a man just because you know how to fight. You're not a man just because you're a man because the men say you are one. You ever heard that saying, real recognize real? Real men recognize real men. Now, I'm not saying you don't do nice things for your lady, but she cannot justify your masculinity. She can't. She knows nothing about that realm. That's the equivalent of you telling her you understand how it feels to have a period. It makes, let me say it the way that I usually say it, no sense does it ever make. Too many of us are guilty of this shit. I was at one time. Not gonna lie. I was guilty of that shit. So you gotta stand on your own goddamn 2 feet. Remember, you gotta do the Vito Corleone thing. Women can be careless, children can be careless, but men can't. See, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. A woman can fuck up, and there's somebody out there who's gonna save her. Society, men, other women, some programs, welfare, child support. She could literally fuck up. And guess what's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna save her. How many programs out there are saving men? How many out there are saving men? Where's the equivalent of the House of Ruth for men? Where's the home for battered men, mistreated men? I'll wait. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well. Like, share, and subscribe, please. And please donate. Support your interests, please. How are we going to allow? You're right, Calvin. Men fuck up, the streets are waiting. And those streets are not forgiving. And here's another thing, right? About the street life. Yes, it's the only life I know. Street life. See, they can make happy-go-lucky songs for the street life for women. You know why? How many men could go out on a corner and prostitute and make some money to survive? The streets are not even forgiving for us. The streets are not forgiving for us. That's the reason why I said you got to stop looking for women to validate your masculinity. You're a man because the men of the group says you're a man. There are some 50-year-old boys out there. And there are some 18, 19, and 21-year-old men handling their fucking business. And ought to be respected as such. And we need not be afraid to call these motherfuckers out who are not doing what manly shit needs to be done. Here's one of the biggest ones. Black men need to stop entering in needless debates. If it's not pushing the narrative of black male excellence, why talk about it? I don't give a fuck who's a Pookie, who's a Ray Ray. I don't give a fuck who's educated. I don't give a fuck about it. Does it push us forward or does it push us back into years ago? Because when you break it all down, the argument basically is sexual access. That's all. That's all. That's all the fuck it is. Sexual access. Stay out of needless fucking debates. That's a black man's L. And since I'm on a roll, here's another L black men take. Black men need to stop rewarding bad behavior. Stop rewarding bad behavior. Somebody wants attention. Somebody wants a lot of attention. What the hell does George Floyd got to do with the conversation that I'm talking about right now? Because notice, I want all the fellas. Matter of fact, I want to hear, if you're a female in my channel right now listening, give me a hello, Charlie. If you're a female listening to the content right now, give me a hello, Charlie, in the chat. If you're a male listening right now, give me a woo. And I'm doing this for a reason. Because right now, all you hear is trying to disturb the content. That's all you're doing. Because I want to know what I'm dealing with in my chat right now. If you're a lady, give me a hello, Charlie. If you're a man, give me a woo. Because last time I checked, not one lady or no man ever brought up George Floyd in this bitch. But see, what was the purpose of even bringing George Floyd up, please? Because I'm looking at all the names of the men and the women. Not one motherfucker brought them up. But you come up here doing what? Disturbing. And we're going to continue. But this is a good one right here. This is a good one. No. Black men, here's the biggest L. Define your enemy. Because this person here is playing games with a serious content that could save a black man's life. Because I know a lot of jealous black men who are not living today. Okay? You telling me to keep going. I know what to do on my own goddamn panel. So watch your tone. Not you, Dar. You cool. I'm talking to that other motherfucker. See, don't be surprised later this week when I do the one about the biggest L's black women have to hold on to. I wonder how much flack am I gonna get for that one? Am I gonna get some George Floyd shit up in there? Or are you gonna be one of the people who say, well, you can't talk about them like that? And there's a reason why I'm talking about the fellas now. Because I don't want to hear nobody's shit. Another L black men have to take and improve upon it. Another L black men have to take is knowing when to be a gentleman and knowing when to be a warrior. Black men need to work on their diplomacy hard. We got to work on our diplomacy. We got to work on our diplomacy. We can't be emotional like the women. Life is not afforded that way. Remember that. We got to work on our diplomacy. We got to know how to speak properly with each other. I know I'm going to hurt some feelings, Sergeant Major. Gloria Miller said, what do you call a black man who has a fight with his white girlfriend? Homeless. Not really, because he probably bought the bitch for his white girlfriend. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm bringing all the trolls out tonight. See, I want to look at this one. What happens to a black man who doesn't deal with a white woman? What's a black man on his grind? Happy. Regardless if it's a white woman or black woman. If he's on his mission, he's happy. If he has a good wife, he's happy. Don't overestimate yourself. That's the one damn sure. For damn sure. Hey, Kareem. Our lovely Kareem. Oh, trust me. For that comment, I might have to do the L's white people have to carry. And last time I checked, y'all got a lot of them. Oh, well. You're. See, I got the lovely ladies in my chat. All is well. All is well. How's Texas treating you, love? See, when we look at these L's, because trust me, there's going to be more coming down the pipe. We need to make some real strides in continuing this. You in the bed? Oh, you came to look at little old me. Oh, I got two of my most favorite beautiful women in the chat already. We got actually three. We got Sandra, we got Toya, we got Kareem. Oh, we got a couple of good girls up in here. It's cold. Jesus. Let's see, Toya, you got that big, strong man's with you to keep you warm bundled up, girl. Got that big, strong man's. So, what I'm going to do now, I want to open up the discussion. It's free for women, free for men. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with the L's we spoke of? What's up, Chaos? Chief Engineer. I got to put my man Chaos out. Don't forget to, oh y'all, don't forget to subscribe to Chaos Range channel as well. And if you need help building up a channel, that's the guy you might want to compensate. Hey, look what he did for my channel. So, hey, pay the man. If you want to, men or women are allowed to come in. If you want to speak on the topic, because later this week or next week, I'm going to have the topic about the L's black women have to carry. And trust me, this is just part 2 for black men. Just like I'm going to do a part 2 and 1 and 2 for the women. But come on up. Let's conversate, as the old people say. Let's have a good time. Hey, Kareem, you still there? This one's for you, girl.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
Hey, what's up, baby?
Oh, well, Native Roy Ric Flair, how you doing? You know who this is, baby. If you will.
The American dream, that's the road.
Oh, man. Yes, that's the road, baby. But unfortunately, I have to go every train on this one, because we got to keep it black and beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Black and beautiful. Yeah. East African black on this one, this occasion.
It's so black. It's so black that we gotta keep it East African.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get any blacker than that.
You get any blacker than that.
Oh man. Just like
so
anybody else
Calvin,
don't forget before we start the conversation, get some subscriptions to Chaos, because I owe him. If you like my channel, and for a special thanks, subscribe to him. And if you need help building your channel, that's the man. Compensate the man, please. If you got to give thanks to him, because if it wasn't for him helping me out, teaching me the ropes with this shit, we wouldn't be here now.
I'm gonna say a little something that I'm gonna just sit back and listen.
Okay.
Charles, I give you my flowers the day I met you. The day I met your channel, I put out that how much I thought that brother that serves like me, your flowers come from me, and I don't even have to say anything. Like, your flowers come to me.
And trust me, mine's go out to you, because shit, if I had to be a
like us, don't come along in lifetime.
Oh yeah. You got to think about it. When you did your work for this country as a ranger, you did your work as a ranger. We always appreciate you. It's still Black History Month. It's Black Excellence. Yesterday was Charles Singer's birthday.
Oh, congratulations to him.
Happy birthday, Dad.
I got something for Charles Senior, but I got to wait. I told you about the dividend chart.
Oh, yeah. And he was...
When dividend chart hit, I'll hit you.
Oh, yeah. And he was...
thanks for the ranch, brother.
Oh, anytime. And he was an old Marine in Vietnam. He went to the Vietnam War with the Marine Corps. So, wow. You can imagine what he was going through. Good God Almighty.
I remember...
giving your flowers, Mr. Calvin Rogers. I want to give you your flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? But serving this country, right? And fighting for the rights that we can have today, man. Salute to you, man. Word. Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for your service. And if you out there, think a older, especially an older black vet. Thank all your black vets, but thank that older black vet, man, because those older black vets caught hell.
Exactly.
Man,
Hell.
I go into the VA, because my girl worked there.
All right.
Every time I go into the VA, man, all I do is hug brothers.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
There should be nothing.
I got Charles Wayne. You know where I work at.
Oh yeah, good old
I
anti.
got money. I always go in and I buy 2 or 3 veterans lunch and just sit down and talk to them.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
yeah, you got to, because sometimes, see, a lot of people don't understand this, and I've served with veterans who were Christian, who were atheists,
Yeah.
who were Muslim, who were in the Hebrew faith. A lot of our veterans are the forgotten heroes of America. Okay?
Yeah.
Those are the people who should never take it out. Okay? Those are the people who should never have to take it out. And hopefully this Memorial Day, 2 days I think veterans should never work, actually 3. Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and the 4th of July. I don't give a damn what your job is. You should not have to work it. If I was the mayor of Baltimore, any veteran, no police officer, no firefighter, no teacher, no nothing on those days should work. Hell, I would even invent a holiday if I was the governor of Maryland called All Heroes Day.
Mm-hmm.
Salute all our black heroes who put their lives on the line for people every day.
You know what? Since we're talking about black veterans, let's not forget the veterans who served in World War II in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Or how about the ones that served in World War One? Imagine the hell they caught.
Oh, they caught hell.
When they got
There's stories.
Black men, especially those from the South, how many of them were lynched while in uniform?
This is a fucking shame.
And those with their sergeant stripes ripped off in some cases. I remember there was a film. I forgot where it was. Denzel Washington was in it. Talked about a bunch of black recruits, and you have an investigation going on over the murder of a drill sergeant. But that investigation was postponed because they were being shipped off to see combat in World War II. The gentleman who played the army officer who was sent to investigate that. Yeah. I remember him as portraying Sidney Poitier's character, Mr. Tibbs, in the TV version of In the Heat of the Night.
Yes.
That series, and he said this was not. When they looked at the way this person was killed, they said there's somebody from within the fort killed the sergeant. If it was a bunch of local white clan members, his sergeant stripes would have been ripped off his shoulders.
Yeah. You know what made me go into the military?
Or what?
Was not my father. Because I have a sperm donor and I have a father.
Fair enough.
My father, the man that raised me, fought in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
God damn.
And in between there, he was in the Air Force.
Wait, hold on a second. Mr. Rogers? Excuse me, Mr. Rogers. A little clarification, sir. Your father, was he a lifer? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. Started out in the United States Army.
Okay.
Could barely read and write.
Uh-huh.
Full-blooded Apache Indian.
Ah.
You know what The Rock looked like? Before the steroids, how big The Rock was? That's
back when he had
father.
that pencil thin mustache. Back when he was playing for University of Miami.
Yeah.
For the Hurricanes.
That's my father.
All right.
Yeah. That's my father.
All right.
And Charles, you gonna remember this.
Oh yeah.
In 1950, In 1951, he joined the Marine Corps. That same year, they became the Frozen Chosen. He was part of that.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
1963. And at this time, this man had an education. He had already gotten his third master's degree. Could read, write, and speak 13 languages.
Oh, that's what's up.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, this was a highly motivated man, Charles.
You have to remember, during those times, we didn't have YouTube, TV, and none of that. If you wanted something, you had to get in them books and get it.
Yeah.
And this was during segregation. Wait.
Yes.
What state was this in? What state was this in, first of all, sir?
This was it. This was in. I stayed when my mother married my father. I moved to Nebraska.
Oh, was there segregation over there at that time? Did you guys have segregation?
Yes, it was. But I tell you something. Go mess with Josephine. She had 21 brothers and 19 sisters and 66 nephews. Go on over there and mess with Josephine.
Might not come back.
War gonna come to your neighborhood whether you want it or not.
You might not come back.
Yeah, you ain't coming back. Cause Josephine, oh man, let me tell you, I fell in love with that woman the moment I met her. She was 5'5", straight dark hair, dark brown eyes, built like a God, Lord. I had to say this about my grandmother. The woman was built. A brick house it was the side house to how beautiful this woman was built.
Let me guess. Was her measurements 36, 34? Was her measurements 36, 24, and 36?
A little bit better than that.
Oh, that was definitely a winning hand.
Yeah. I have a question.
And hunt, trap. She had I think when I met her, she had 496 acres of land.
Oh, this is country bred, huh? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, right
outside the Ogamagi Indian Range.
Oh, okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
Panel. What do you think about the elves that I talked about earlier?
You're gonna have to excuse me on that one because I was over. Excuse me. Go ahead, Mr. Rogers.
What do you think, Mal?
Bitch, spot on. I want that also too. I think I put in the chat.
Don't worry, we can always do a part 2.
Oh, this is probably one of the ones I'm gonna have to donate and go deep into.
As heterosexual, strong black men, stop allowing these goddamn Transformers and Transformer supporters, which is some of black women supporting their asses, determine what a fucking man is or his gender ID. Cancel, man. That shit, man.
No.
But we allow. We have not. This is the one thing we didn't do. And a lot of black men don't understand this because they're too goddamn stupid. Black people were Republicans before we were Democrats.
Exactly.
We were the men that believed that family, God, and country. Not this welfare state. Nigga, get up on your own. Go to school, get your education. If you're not smart enough to get an education, go get a trade. You're not smart enough to get a trade, do what some people do. Go into a factory, learn what they're doing in that factory, and get good at it. I.e. Obsidian. Mamuya Ali. He went into a factory and got great.
There's a
Even
lot
though
of
he was well read, but he got great at what he did.
there's a lot of brothers out there, you know. I looked at Obsidian, I looked at Angry Man. Angry Man was a barber. He was a tattoo artist. You know, he did a lot of inventive shit. And you got Obsidian, who was a tradesman, skilled tradesman. You have others in this sector. You have a couple of truck drivers here. You have a couple of soldiers. Hell, I've got a couple of officers from the military. Some police officers listen to me. Man, this is the reason why I said we're so multifaceted. How can you put a limit on what a black man is capable of doing?
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me. I mean, I might not know.
The
Huh?
limit is we don't want you to achieve. As a black man, if I take the spotlight off the black woman, I have to put it on the black man and what he has done in the last 30 years. He is the most egalitarian man on the planet. He's the best father on the planet. He's the most loving man on the planet. Because he does not have the money it takes that a white man has. Let's switch money. The black man on this planet, not out of Africa, just a black man out of the United States of America would be the most coveted man on the planet.
He should be the greatest show of force this planet has ever seen. Should be a black man.
Yeah, did you see Bernard Riley's show earlier? That damn 25-year-old chick, man. Like,
Yeah, you'd be surprised what they think of you.
Yeah.
I don't know why Bernard ain't want me to come up, because I want to come up. I don't think he like me though, son.
And you got my man Extended Clips, proud Muslim brother, good Muslim brother.
Good.
You got the proud honorable Muslim brother, a barber,
Extended Clips, you're
still
Muslim.
learning.
Yeah, he's a Muslim. He took his Hey, when'd you take your shahada, brother?
He took his Kalima Shahada.
He took the shahada. Wait.
My salute to my business owners out there.
Then I have to say this, brother. La ilaha Muhammadah wa Rasulullah.
La ilaha illallah wa Muhammad Rasulullah. I grew up in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy because, you know, I salute the guys who make a way. And trust me, one thing about a barber, I'm going to highlight this comment again.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about a barber can build a black man's confidence like nothing.
Yes. No doubt.
Sometimes you get your wise counsel from the barber shop. It's one of your enclaves of masculinity that's not truly invaded by women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know what? Extended Clips. One thing I got to say here. What he said here is about and still learning.
And still
I remember
learning.
somebody once said, and I remember somebody said this. He's Indian. He was a musician. He said this. Always remain a student. Keep learning. Even if you master something, you have to consider a true master is always evolving, learning new things, learning to be better, learning to hone his skills, learning new techniques. Lived in Egypt, learned Arabic. What part of Egypt are you talking, man? What was it? Cairo? Yo, can we have Extended Clips come up here for a minute?
Hey, Extended, you've been summoned. Come on up, brother.
Come on, brother.
Come on up. We might need you for this conversation.
It's the Axumite here calling you, man. You know what an Axumite is. Come on.
We got a lot of
You got a lot of these damn young girls who speaking like they know shit too much, like a damn 40-year-old. I never felt so cringeworthy and felt like, yo, hold my composure, just keep watching that show. Like,
no. Think about it like this. Think of it like this, Mel. Who are these young people influenced by? Who's in the home? Who's in the home?
I got a whole list. Let me name them all.
Who's in the home?
Other older strags.
Oh, by the way, before we continue, big shout out to the Grinch for giving us that term strags because he needs to get that trademarked. But anyways, you were saying?
I was saying the older strag.
Salute to y'all, man. How's everything going, fellas?
What's up?
Yeah,
And
good.
then and here's the link. Here's the link because come on up, extended clips. Come on up. Come on down. He said I got you.
I want to shout out Edward. He had a show earlier with this damn
Alexandria.
Oh, he's
Who you talking
in
about? Edward Edison Ash?
Yeah, the Delta. He's up in the
Hold on, one at a time. Now, what were you saying?
Man, I got a lot to get off my chest, dog.
Who said Cynthia G doesn't have a baby? I'm like, what?
It was some.
And she literally tried to defend to be like hard. I'm like, yo, this is what we got to fight consistently over.
It was some. You talk about that clown of a woman.
You gotta walk away.
Yeah,
Walk away.
She literally walk away. She don't have a child, and she proved it. I'm like, what? Come on, man.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
What was the point?
Like,
What was the point?
I have a panel right now, some good men. Charles, I'm gonna drop as soon as the dividends come in. I want to drop with you guys sitting on this panel.
right.
We're gonna talk about why Cynthia G thinks that the Monahan report has been debunked.
How?
Man, I don't know shit.
I'm
man.
gonna say
I know a lot about the Monahan report because I know one of the guys. He's on MSNBC. I know him. I'm not going to say his name, but I know him personally.
But
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about it. Number one, how can you debunk the Monahan report when your actions prove that it is valid?
Mm-hmm.
right.
You're a single mother.
Stop, Charles. Stop.
I know.
Stop. Don't give it all away.
Right.
How do you say God is with us in Arabic?
Allah
Yeah.
Akbar.
And
Man,
it's funny because
Yeah.
sometimes God got to be with me because I think He's the only person that can shut my mouth sometimes.
Right.
And it's funny because how can you prove something wrong if you're the living embodiment of it?
Like, who the fuck is her though?
What?
We've been in talking discussion for years, man. Like, she just went on a date with a white boy. The white boy looked like a motherfucking regular pookie nigga. Took the bitch on a date, and the bitch growling, eating and shit, slobbing at the mouth. He a regular pookie nigga. I don't know this shit true or not, man. Fuck all of these niggas. I don't give a fuck about that bitch or what she think. Her shit don't make me stink. Fuck that bitch.
She has a baby by the same type of black men that she talks negative about so much.
Yeah. And she ain't even dating upscales, classy niggas in a law firm. She dating a regular
No, dude, shit.
I wait for her.
The nigga made a video about that shit.
Yeah, brothers.
One at a time. Oh, I'm sorry. We got. Hold up, ladies and gentlemen. The guest of honor. We got extended clips.
Peace, Kings. Peace, Kings.
How you doing?
Hey.
What up, bro, man?
What's good, brother?
Oh, man. You feel like you got to tell the story. First time we got the honorable extended clips up. Go ahead, Namer.
First of all, good to be here.
What's good, brother? This I am the Eritrean who you met a while back. You might remember me.
Peace.
On the chat. So I'm
Peace, Naima.
How you been, brother?
How you been? Everything is everything. Everything is lovely.
Where you from? Extended?
California.
Oh, Cali.
Oakland, California, by way of Sacramento now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You among my peoples. You among my peoples.
No doubt.
It's Chatter Lake, California, and Plantarina Pass.
Wait a minute, what time is it over there?
Oh,
What is it, like 9 p.m.?
9
Is it
o'clock.
9 p.m. over there?
I think,
Yeah, 9 p.m. It's like 6
yeah,
hours.
I
7
think it's
9 hours.
interesting. I think it's interesting. You got to tell me the story of how you lived in Egypt for 5 years.
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
man, it's been so I was actually raised in a household that didn't practice any faith. Although the people that adopted me when I was 5, the father he was also an army vet, but he was raised Pentecostal, but he didn't practice any faith after Vietnam. And the mom that adopted me, her family's background is Mormon, although she didn't practice Mormonism after
Okay. They left.
the whole hippie revolution, I suppose, as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
So just growing up, I went to public school in Oakland. I went to Catholic schools, but it was never faith wasn't the faith. Faith in God wasn't professed in the home.
Mm.
Right.
Okay.
So, as a young man, you go through things. You go through trials and tribulations, ups and downs, turnarounds. And
Right.
I went to Barnes and Noble one day,
Cash.
and I used to read through the faith section, and I read some of the Bible. I read the Quran in English translation.
Right.
Yeah.
And I knew some people in the streets. We had mutual friends, and some of his music. I used to listen to music. I still do, but one of the mutual friends that we had, his name was Shaheed, or the Jacket. He was a rapper that got killed, but rest in peace. But he,
Right.
we used to know mutual people, and I used to hear some of his music. I used to hear him talking about Allah and God. I'm like, well, if he's doing what he says in these streets, I know for a fact he's living the lyrics that's on his music. And if he's talking about God, if he has enough respect to still put God in his music, or into his lyrics, into his story, I know that there must be some truth into it. So that's what kind of guided me to. I think I was about 25. I'm 40 now. I'll be 41 next week, God willingly. And
April 1st, I'll be joining the 40/40 club.
oh, for sure.
Word, man.
Yeah.
I'll be 40 in September myself. So,
Time
wait,
moves
you an
like
82
that.
baby, huh? You're an 82
81.
baby. Okay. That's what's up. Wait,
He's 81.
what year were you born? 81? Oh, you 81?
81.
Oh, you be 41? Okay. Oh, I thought you said 40. I thought, my
Yeah, I'll be
mistake.
41 in 41 in a few days. But anyway,
Okay.
so I read the Quran and took my Shahada a little bit after that. I just, after that, I wanted to study. I didn't want to just get preached to or just have the imam be telling me something and I don't really know what's in the book. So I moved to Egypt. I wasn't married at the time, so I moved to Egypt and studied and got a good grasp of the language and lived there, and it was lovely.
Arabic mystery. You got that mystery form, because remember, Arabic is very diverse.
Oh yeah, I'm very cognizant of that. I actually studied Fusha and Azhar, and then in the streets or in my dealings, I would mix a little bit of Amia, just a little bit, but I primarily try to focus on the Fusha, and then the Amia, if it comes, it comes. But I can definitely pick up on the dialects.
Wow. So what got you into the barber school?
Oh, I've been cutting since high school. I've been licensed almost 20 years. So I always like to, I was always a pretty boy. I always like to take care of myself. I always liked a good presentation. I always cut my own hair, cut my friends. And then I wasn't interested in information and knowledge. So at the time, in high school and whatnot, I was more of a socialite. I was more of
style and profile.
Exactly, people's person.
Since you up here, we got to do it. Somebody mentioned it. We got to do it all together now. Hold up. 1, 2, 3.
Woo!
Yeah, man, I lost.
Oh, what am I
lost
saying?
my
Fuck
voice
that
a
shit. I
little
mean,
bit.
ooh, yeah. Anyway,
we have fun. We have fun over here.
That's funny. I like that. But yeah, man, cutting hair is a beautiful thing because, like you had said earlier, Officer Charles, you get a chance to speak to people, and mostly to be truthful. I actually listen to people more than anything, and just try to be that empathetic. I'm an empath, so I feel the energy of other people, and I just navigate my way through, and navigate my way around that, and that's how I learn a lot, and that's how I'm also able to give a lot.
Yeah,
man.
Same shit.
That's a hell of a story. You just gave me an idea. I should pick like once a week. I should pick like a subscriber to interview them, tell us about their background and everything. Because man, this shit is enjoyable.
I'll say something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. He said you were in Alexandria, right?
I was in Scandaria, Alexandria, Kahira, Cairo. My daughter was born in Monafia, which is in the middle of them both.
Me myself, I'm very familiar with Alexandria because my faith being Ethiopian / Eritrean Orthodox, we have the patriarchies in Ethiopia and Eritrea. They have a very close ties with the Archbishop in Alexandria.
Beautiful.
So he's held in high regard because our history with Orthodox Christianity is closely tied with them, because it was them because when Abuna Salama, the former slave named as Frumentius, when he went to Alexandria asking for somebody to be sent as an archbishop for the Aksumite Empire, which would become the Ethiopian Empire in the 330 AD, he was sent back by the archbishop to be the archbishop of the Aksumite Empire.
Wow.
So he was known as Abuna Salama, or the Archbishop of Peace.
Wow.
Wow. If you ever come to Eritrea, I will tell you the oldest mosque in Africa is in Eritrea. It's called Masjid al-Sahaba. It's now, I'm not sure if it's now if it's a World Heritage Site, but it's near the port city of Massawa. You can find it on Google Maps if you can, or
That's
Google
beautiful.
Earth.
Yes.
It was built in between 615 and 617 when you first had the first Hijra. If you understand the history, you'd be surprised by all of it.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware with the Habish, the king in Najashi. The title Najashi, the king at the time, he basically protected the Muslims from when they were being when they were exiled from the persecution.
From Mecca, and many went
beautiful people,
over there.
True believers for sure.
It's funny. Who said of the Charles Faulkner channel we don't bring culture?
The beautiful build.
It's funny because no matter where you no matter where you are, no matter where you from, that's why I got to get with Shatterstar and I got to get my boy Sean. We got to get them multifaceted man T-shirts out, man.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see people rocking multifaceted. I'm a multifaceted man. I'm a multifaceted woman. And we're going to change the image. I don't give, I'm one of those guys, like the old saying, give me your intelligent, give me your educated, give me your suffering, give me your street, give me your refuge. And we'll make them multifaceted.
You know what, Charles? I just realized something. Just to go a little bit R&B on the title of this discussion. Do you remember a song by Case featuring Uncle Charlie called No Regrets?
Mm-hmm.
In the end, I remember Charlie Wilson, he said I need a drink of water just to get this right.
Hey, what you want to get right? The black David Chappelle.
No. Uncle Charlie
my bad, yo. I was thinking about my bad, yo.
No, you remember Case, the singer Case. He had a song called No Regrets back in 2000. In it, Uncle Charlie said, sometimes in life our plans aren't meant to be. So you got to hold that L sometimes.
Oh yeah, you do.
there's a mistake. You own up to the mistake, but you take that mistake and learn from it. It makes you better. Instead of looking at it and regret it, you have to learn, accept it as for what it is, and be your inspiration to be better.
I did great, man. Look, me personally, right? I did bravery so many times. It's like it's draining. But like, yo, niggas did like a whole panel on me, dog. Like talking about I doxed them. I ain't even do that shit, bro. But niggas was believing in them. I took the bravery route. I was like, oh, you know what? The fellas don't know what's going on. Nah, I mean, I'm gonna fall back. I fall back for a whole year, niggas, before I flame these niggas. But now when I flame these niggas, I'm the bad guy, and these niggas making videos about me talking about, yo, I got him in the back chat. All of this ain't gonna come on a panel and trying to get nigga. When's the last time did I ever gang up on anybody ever? I'm one person.
Oh, if anything, we have to calm you down.
I'm one person against a whole crew, nigga. But I'm ambushing niggas. I'm doing this. I'm by myself, flaming niggas by myself, but I'm a crew of niggas though. But maybe I am a bunch of niggas in one. Yeah, like the old motherfuckers who built this space for you niggas to put fake shit up, talk shit about niggas. But you niggas don't give the Godfathers no type of credit. But you niggas do this weirdo in the sky shit though, my nigga. You niggas don't address me. Be like, yo, pull up. I pull up to any one of you niggas' channels. Any one of you niggas got opportunities on me. But y'all niggas don't do that.
Here's the one piece of advice I got for you, man. A lot of these dudes, and Dre probably will tell you, a lot of these dudes out here are not about shit. They're not gonna come up in your face and say
but they used to be close to you, Charles, though. Like the same niggas, some of them niggas used to build this channel too. Now these niggas going against Angry Man, going against anybody who down with that nigga, making videos about the nigga, but these niggas doing the same fucking fuck shit.
I don't even see why.
He mixing this shit.
I don't even see why people are on so much bullshit.
Yo, they riding that nigga hard right now. They riding that nigga like these niggas got a fixation with that nigga. Like this shit is weirdo shit. Like who the fuck got time out of their day if you getting real money? Who the fuck got time out of their day to worry about what another man do? Like these niggas got like years and years and years of fixation on this nigga.
I'm crying.
These niggas is weird. Like how you got time in the day to make a whole 8-hour stream and talk about that, man? Like, and then they trying to school the next nigga. Like they trying to rub that nigga ego. Like, yo, that nigga did this to you. Like, nigga, I never seen no shit like this. I watched the Dream Team. I watched Shaq and Kobe. If you don't make it, nigga, you just don't make it. Like, nigga, take your L and keep that shit pushing. But it's grown men sitting on a panel stroking each other egos, like some weirdo shit.
That's funny.
Not holding each other accountable for their weirdo shit. Shit is weird.
It's funny.
Hold on a second.
Hold up, James.
But I don't want to
Hold up, James. Hold up, everybody.
Weird niggas.
This is the shit that I always talk about. I'm not afraid to give people their props. Just like we brought up extended clips, and we were proud of the guy.
Right.
You know, he lived an interesting life. We give him his props and his flowers. Ask him a little bit about himself. You know, promote your business. You know, we got some Cali people out there. You know, and you in the SAC. You know, the Sacramento, the Bay Area, I believe. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Guess what? Put your business out. I don't give a damn. Put it out there. Hey, the more you make money, the more successful I made another black man. That's pride. I'm always.
Oh, by the way, extended clips. I got a question for extended clips.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm listening.
Okay, let me ask you something first of all. I got to preface. Let me put everything in context. Do you remember a video game called Def Jam Fight for New York?
No.
I never really played video games. Just to be honest.
There's a character in there named Stingray. He was a barber, and one of his quotes was, nothing like a good haircut to make a man feel great about himself.
Yes.
That's true.
And he also said the good thing about hair, it always grows back.
Yeah.
So you can always,
that's
me. Why. If a certain style doesn't work, you can like let your shit grow out and then try something else, because everybody's got to try something that fits with their skull, their shape, and everything. And the barber, before he even picks up his tools, he's gonna sit you down. He's just gonna take a good once look up and down at you and see, all right, what will fit for this motherfucker? What can I do with this? What can I work? What am I working with here?
Yeah, I always ask them how they doing. How they doing? Good. I usually tap them on the shoulder, let them know the energy is good, and then I ask them how do you want your hair styled, and if they and I always ask them how you comb it, how you style it, any particular products, and then we get busy.
Yeah, and that's how you.
And you got to know the hair, and you got to know the hair texture, because everybody's hair texture is different.
But the barber used to be like the doctor. The barber used to tell you about See, man, I'm from a time, man, where the barber was like the coolest motherfucker ever, man. Like in your community, like you look up to the barber. I'm young. I'm seeing the barber talking to women. You know what I mean? He on the like he bopping. He doing this. He making sure the other barber's cool. Know what I mean? He making sure the shop look good. Know what I mean? He always dressed to a T. I'm actually like. That's when I was a kid. When I got in my teen years, the barber, the man, women's loving him. You know what I mean? He got the best cologne. You asking about what colognes to get. He teaching you about styles, dress, this, that, colors. Like, because I'm asking them questions on how to get my shit right. Because you know what I mean? They there. Why the fuck I'm not going to ask the barber about certain shit, for my development?
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about That's the beautiful thing in the Black community about our barbers, man. They are like, the barber is like the community center for men.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sometimes you got a pool table, you got video games, you got a guy going through relationship,
TV, radio.
You got, if you want to start a business, hey, Bob will be like, you know what? I know Bobby Caldwell. He gonna fix your carburetor and make you some good greens.
Right.
You know? And
that was your community center. That was your community hub. That was social media before social media. That's where you went to get your social connection.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I miss my man Blunt. He was a damn good friend. As a matter of fact, he cut my hairs when I was in the brown uniform, in the brown pants, which is trainee. And it was funny because his son's a couple of months older than mine, and we would like take the babies. Like if I get my hair cut, I got to bring the stroller over. He's bringing his stroller.
Right.
Funny, and it's like you miss a lot of that in our communities because one, it's a fellowship. It's a place where men can be men, and I miss Blunt because he was one of the greatest barbers you ever know and a damn good friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could always get some good advice. Been married, he was from New York as well. I mean, and it's funny because if you want to put a smile on somebody's face, be a damn good barber. You will. Sure. You might even get a sermon up there.
Right. Different barber.
You might get a sermon.
And like. I'm blessed to have this space, man. Like, cause in my earlier years, man, like for the listeners, man, I used to be a nerd, or you ain't had no development skills. Cause there's nothing wrong with playing. Know what I mean? Like you play with G.I. Joes, Tonka trucks, like we all did that, bro. Like comic books, whatever, bro.
Wait a minute, you actually stopped?
Nah, I ain't stopped. I'm just saying, like I was a nerd.
You think I G.I. Joe?
Like, I jumped off the porch and I had like a wingman to show me how to do shit. Like show me about movies, show me about girls, show me about like how to dress. Like these dudes in my life took me to the mall. Show me about polo, show me about different colors, different fabrics. Like some of these dudes need a wingman. Like there's nothing wrong with a wingman. There's nothing with a Pookie wingman to show you how to get your shit right.
Wow.
Then
I'm gonna stop you right there. You know who my wingman was?
A trade-off. I did.
I didn't have a
was
trade off.
kid.
My mom taught me all that shit.
Nah, my mom ain't teach me about how to be a man, yo, and how to carry yourself. My
No,
mom
she taught me how to dress.
Nah, my mom
My father taught me how to be a man. My mother taught me how to dress.
I ain't have my father though. My father.
Wait.
But see, I had a full structure of family.
See, you lucky though. But what about the dudes who don't have that like me? After my dad left my mom's, because
but see, you didn't come. You didn't come to me when you was. I was in the military. Why didn't you come to me when I was a sergeant major?
So
when men were knocking at my door, like, and then they call me sergeant major. They used to call me Uncle Calvin. Uncle Calvin.
But what about the lost dudes like me?
Show me that.
I get you. But what about dudes like me who had to jump off the porch and find that shit though?
See, sometimes
my mom worked 30, 40 hours. Sometimes my mom didn't even be in the house back then. I had to take care of myself, bro.
Like, sometimes James, that's why places like these are very important. It's because
back then there was none of this though when I was coming up.
That's why I always say it's never too late to learn. And that's why
that's
why I'm so glad that Extended Clips put in his comment, still learning.
Daily.
But listen though, like you did a show. No, matter of fact, Dr. Tia Son Johnson did the shit. They brought it to the main attention. Like, what if you got 10 years of the same motherfuckers in the house? So what about me, the motherfucker that was raised around my sister? You know what I'm saying? My aunt, because her mom died in her sleep, so my mom had to take her in. And I'm hearing shit from my mom, and I'm going down south visiting my grandmom because my grandfather. I never met my grandfather. So I'm hearing all these women telling me some bullshit in my development. Then my motherfucking brother locked the fuck up doing a lot of years.
You gotta remember
so I had to unlearn and relearn a lot of bullshit.
You gotta remember this one thing. You know, the one thing about the Abrahamic religions you gotta respect, you're supposed to go on some type of pilgrimage.
That's what I did.
I've been to pilgrimage
like in the 300 shit. Like I had to, you know how I was, man. You know I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. Child was like that. I wasn't trying to hear nothing in the beginning. Nothing. I was going back and forth with you.
That's how a lot of us were. Yeah. You know, I'm not this perfect will of God. I'm a very flawed man and proud of it. Right. I'm very flawed. Yeah. I'm paying for shit that I've done 10, 15 years ago. Right. You know, but even though I paid for it, guess what? Mm-hmm. I'm still a better man.
Pay for it again.
Right.
You see, the one thing about manhood, it's not a destination, it's a goddamn journey. Do I need to say that again for the people in the back?
Say it again.
There you do.
Manhood is not that's another t-shirt. God damn it, somebody write this shit down. Damn. Manhood is not a journey. I mean, it's not the destination, it's a journey.
Journey, man.
When the destination's over, you're dead.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know what hurts me so much?
And like these dudes is already about the destination because I'm hearing these dudes winded, they look defeated, they tired, and it's like, yo, how you gonna go against us? If you really learn this fucking space, you fucking haters, you dudes who don't want to give the guys like who built this space, like Charles was talking about, like BGS, know what I'm saying? Charles Faulkner, even you know what I mean, Cerulean, Grinch, Angry Man, like all of these brothers, even the old man, even O'Shea, man. No matter what you say, they still built this space for you niggas to talk y'all shit. Just Andre, all you niggas. So whatever the fuck y'all want to do with me, why the fuck I can't get blood though? You niggas have blood. You niggas was going on BGS channel, I mean, kicking down doors or going to other panels putting up. But when I'm not saying you, Charles, but when the other niggas who was in this space kicking down doors, eating up shit. But when I do it, it's a motherfucking problem, nigga. I'm bloodthirsty too, nigga.
See,
Like,
the
get the fuck
craziest
out
part
the way,
about it,
little nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck who
the
you are.
craziest part about it is this
How
is
the
how I
fuck you
know.
eat blood, but I can't get no blood.
But
Fuck
this is
that
the
shit,
this
little
is the
nigga.
reason. This is the reason why, because the space changed, and it
Yeah,
didn't
that's a fact.
necessarily change for the better. Because
Yeah.
thank God, I'm thankful for all the people listening to me and who the faithful people on the panel and in the
Right.
chat. Why do you think I came up with the L's black men have to take? Because that shit we have to fix.
Right.
That's shit that we have to fix. Okay. Like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy telling these L's.
Uh-huh.
That
But
shit
they
kicks
need to be
me in the
told.
teeth. But it
But they
needs
need
to
to be
be told. It needs
Right.
to be told. You're right. And see, until you can recognize a problem, you're still gonna have that problem.
But nobody didn't
You know what,
stroke your
Charles?
ego, Charles.
Yo,
Like,
hold on,
nobody
James.
didn't
James,
stroke.
hold on a second.
Niggas brought it to the
James, hold on.
forefront, and you took the shit,
Yo,
though.
James.
You know?
Let me go,
Niggas
Charles.
getting their ego
For this young man.
Hold on. We got
That's speaking right now.
we got Namer and the Sergeant Major.
Yeah,
All
this
right,
shit is weird.
I got something to say to that young man right there.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
The biggest
Go ahead,
problem
Mr.
with young men like you,
Yeah.
you want what a man like me want to offer.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many people in your way to get to me.
Right. You ain't lying.
That's fucking it up.
Big time.
I can't get to you because you will open your mind up like the Phoenix opened the mind up to
That's
to
a
the solar
fact,
system.
bro.
But
Crazy.
I can't get to you because I got to beat off everybody else to get to you. And guys that are my age, I'm damn near 60 years old. I'm tired of beating shit off.
Right.
I've fought in goddamn every war since the 1970s.
Damn.
If you come to me and tell me you need my help, I'm going to give you what you want.
You got to give them what they need.
Yes, and all these other folks down the line will help you.
You know what was
But I can't get to you unless you talk to me and say, like, Mr. Calvin, just the help I need. It ain't cash, it's knowledge.
And hey, I mean, hey,
How do I
exchange
get this knowledge?
emails and numbers in the back chat. Hell.
Yo, niggas don't even, niggas be capping with that email shit, yo. Like, I'm tired of niggas saying that shit. Niggas do not hit me up. Like, I had to hold my L.
Calvin L. Rogers.
Talking about, yo,
Stop,
bro.
Calvin L. Rogers, 1962@gmail.com. Hit me, and I will give you what you want.
Man, fuck these.
I ain't one of them motherfuckers that ain't gonna do what he said.
Fuck
hey.
Man, yo, man, I'm tired.
21 years in the military. If you tell me you need my help, I'm there.
Fuck
Hey, Sergeant Major, put your hold on, James. Hey, James, hold up.
Niggas on me, yo.
Hold up, James. Cool.
Like, I'm tired of them
niggas,
yo. Like,
James,
niggas lying
I
on me.
understand you mad, but you gotta listen.
Alright, man. Them
All
niggas
right,
is
Sergeant Major, the sergeant, put your email in the back chat. The Sergeant Major.
I put my email in the back chat. Dude, I'm not one of them. If you tell me you need my help, I'm coming.
I'm just gonna drop down and listen, bro.
Nah, just put your email in the back chat and converse with Sergeant Major. Because a lot of times we get upset. Trust me. I understand your anger. I understand the righteous spirit. Notice I never said anything against righteous fury, but I'm always a time and a place type of guy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right, bro.
I'm always a time and a place type of guy. Notice I don't go as on many panels as I used to.
I know
because you know I used to go out and seek and destroy. If people wanted to debate, I would debate. I don't
they
care.
Not playing like that no more.
And it's funny because you have a lot of men who claim to be knowledgeable, but yet when it's time to show your knowledge, you can't show a damn thing. See, this is the part that I got to give you your best advice. I'm gonna tell you the one thing my dad told me, and y'all might laugh,
Right.
When I came to him and said the kids in school don't like me, he says, "Well, boy, you know the one thing you need to do. What's that, Daddy? Fuck them."
That part.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, peace out, Uncle Calvin.
Because I be ready to do the old school way, but they playing out of a different game.
But think about it. The people on this panel don't like it.
Hold on, go Dre.
I said, yeah, that's true, Charles. Because the people even on this panel don't like you. I don't like you.
I know, right?
Right.
I know that I'm the least like on the panel, but you from Cleveland, so that overrides that shit.
Like really?
Anyway, as I want to say was, when we talk about holding L's, Charles, do you remember what I said? This is something my dad taught me.
Right.
And he taught me this. My mess, I need to clean it up.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
if it's my mess, I gotta clean it up. That's why. And my dad looked at me. My dad didn't have to tell me. Anytime I did something wrong, my dad would look at me and I said, I know. My mess, I better clean it up. He said, exactly.
That's what I did. I did that shit. I did that shit.
And that's
I told the faggot ass nigga I was sorry. I never should. I did it for the
James, hold up. James, what's up? I understand you frustrated, but right now, man,
did that shit.
Because just let it go. Just let it go right now.
You gotta let go. Maybe, hey, extended clips. You got any good words for the brother?
I did that shit, man. I felt like a fool even doing that shit.
I know.
Because
you frustrated right now.
You gotta remember. Hey, extended clips. You got any good words for the brother?
The best advice I can give you is to be a leader, a student for the moment. The goal is to be a teacher.
Oh man, that's deep. That's deep.
Can you say that one more time for the people in the back? God damn, that's deep.
The best advice I can give you is to be a leader, a student for the moment. The goal is to be a teacher.
Damn, that's heavy.
And it's funny because trust me, when you need that, sometimes you gotta have your peace. I don't know what your beliefs are.
Yeah, straight up same shit. Same type of time you be on, man. I'm on the same type of time.
And sometimes you gotta be in the room, locked door. Sometimes with the light closed or very little light or off, and you need to go and speak to your creator, whoever your belief is in, and have a one-on-one with them to cleanse your soul.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Because if you don't, this stuff is going to eat you alive.
Tear your heart apart.
I know, man.
Rage will consume you. It's like drinking poison while watching. Especially if you have a hate for somebody, it's like drinking poison while waiting on that other person to die.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
It's funny because
that frustration. I understand it, but it's just exactly.
They want to be jokey.
Wait, James, pull up.
Man, I'm in blood mode, man.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing James, I gotta take it back to the military. Give me 20. Hey, James, you listening? I gotta take it back to the military. Give me 20 push-ups. Come on, 20 push-ups.
Word.
Drop down to 50 minutes.
Right now, 20 push-ups.
I got you. I'm getting up out the bed right now, bro.
20 push-ups. If you're gonna be raging out, at least use that energy in a positive way.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Come on, give me them 20. Give me them 20.
I'm up. I'm up. I was laying down.
Yo, turn on the camera. Let's see. Put it on the camera.
Here's the hardest thing I'm saying about our from my generation to the young generation right now. We didn't even ask to go to war. We just went. We didn't talk about what we had to do. We just went and did it.
Sometimes you're not volunteers, you're volunteers.
Man, that ain't even my full photo. That's half of my photo. So my arms is decent. It ain't like Charles though, but I'm half fast and shake.
I mean, hey,
get on the phone and drop him 50. Give him 50.
See, we gotta make sure. See, this is how we take care of the brothers who are upset. If you're gonna be upset, you have a right to be upset. But we gotta do some push-ups to calm it down.
It's what you're doing with that energy that's the problem. It's what you're doing with that energy is the problem. Are you using it positive? Are you using it to be constructive or destructive?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. You know, we got a lot.
Hey, Tony Davis, what's good, fam?
What's up, Tony Davis?
Yeah, bro.
My man sound like
Peace, bro. What's happening, Tony?
My man Tony Davis.
Tony Davis.
Peace, family.
I'm sorry, but no offense, but your man, he kind of looked like he reminded me of what's his face from De La Soul for some reason with that look.
Yeah, he looked like he about to. It either looked like he's gonna sing you the hottest R&B song, or he's gonna take care of business in the bar.
I'm always ready to take care of business. It's business. It's business before everything, man. Like I'm from the Coliseum days, yo. Just being a listener, like I do shit in my real life, like nigga. Like I just got done talking to a dude that really knows
to get in,
and I ain't hear my homie in 30 years.
Slow down with a tiger.
I know.
You look like you want to slow a tiger or a lion right now.
Like my whole family is about that though. Like they about that. They about that other shit. That other shit. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
you
like
gotta
that shit.
find.
Like,
you gotta. This is a reason. This is one of the reasons why I love Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. It's kind of hard to be upset listening to their music.
Yeah.
That's why I love hip hop, but I like hip hop, but I love Frankie because Frankie carried me through some hard times.
Oh man. For me, it was Charlie Wilson and Craig David. I hear what you're saying.
Like, I'm chilling watching Cam movie, Killer Season yesterday. Nigga, my whole neighbor house got shot the fuck up, bro. Like that shit sound like a fucking cannon. Know what I'm saying? Because the little nigga doing some dumb shit out here. Like,
yeah, hold on a second.
You desensitize the fucking bullets ringing up. You feel me? Like big boy guns. Like I'm not trying to say that I'm tough, I'm this, I'm that, but when you be in the field and you seeing so many niggas die, nigga, like the fucking army, nigga, when you just touch your man's hand with your little girl, you take her to school, know what I mean? Then you pick her up. You just shook your man's hand, walk past him in the morning time, bro. Shake the nigga hand. Then you take your daughter to school, know what I mean? At 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? Come back, nigga. Now it's motherfucking tape, nigga. Then your little girl asking you like, yo, what's that tape, Dad? Like, I'm like, yo, man, they probably doing some construction over here. We had to go all the way around the corner. I'm chilling with the lady of my life, you know what I mean, which is my kid's mother at the time. Yo, we was together for 18 years, B.
Woo.
You understand?
Long
Shit
ass time.
like that. So soon as when she come home, I'm going outside.
Wait, 18 years only one kid?
My man is dead. My man is laying dead, gone.
Damn.
And this happened to me multiple times. I only moved to 2 communities. The one when I was born at, my brother lost his best friend, and that was like considered my brother. When I came in the community, my second community, I lost so many niggas, I lost count.
I'm gonna tell you from experience.
I had tears. I had tears a few days ago because I was just tired of shit. Like
I'm gonna give you a bit of advice to help me out in the war. I'm gonna give you a piece of advice to help me out during the war. Sometimes, and this is a L that just dawned on me.
Right.
This is a L that black men carry.
Right.
It is okay for black men to seek a psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's
We don't think that we need to sit down and talk to anybody. Yeah. And it took me a while to realize, because believe it or not, I was gonna quit this YouTube shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there were times when AL was going through his shit, and there was other people who emailed me going through theirs.
My heart go out to that brother, man.
and you got to think about it.
I know that brother.
What if I didn't turn? And that was on a Saturday. What if I wasn't on?
Right.
Yeah, that shit would have went. That shit would have went the other way. You know, you already know. You already know what it was. You already know. You already know. Like,
and think about it. we look at this stuff, and we got to be able to stop that L that we hold, that we don't need to talk to anybody about our mental health. If you've seen that much chaos and death, and have that much on your burden on your soul,
but what if they tell you this though, Charles?
Go speak to whoever is your spiritual advisor. Go speak to whoever is your psychiatrist or psychologist, and get that help, because a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. A lot of times during the war, it's so hard to be Superman when you can't save everybody.
Yes. Yes.
But Charles, though, you remember when the judge was like this though? Yo, that's why I connect with the judge in so many different ways and so different shit. The lady told me the same shit. She said, yo, your shit's so fucking crazy, I can't even fucking help you though. I broke down everything to this old lady, yo. She was like, yo, your shit is so fucked up.
Wait, how old was she?
Do nothing for
was she black or white? Wait.
Hold on, B. Yo, let me just tell the fucking. Sometimes you just gotta open up your ears and just be quiet for a minute and let me get my shit off, because I'm gonna get upset.
Hold on. Just continue.
Like, you don't need to do that shit.
Hold on, James. Just continue.
Let him spill. Let him spill his guts.
The judge got the same type of shit, and then she recommended me to a younger lady. Like, I was going to her for a minute, and then, you know what I'm saying? So I was cutting a slice about the shit that I was going through down south. He was like, yo, I can't even fuck with you on that shit, because you got some underlayer shit with some other layer shit. So she recommended me to a third lady. So the third lady was cool. She was like, yo, you just need to cut tight. Like, she was cool, though. She was real cool, relaxing, because I was, like, high rate, like how I am now. She was like, yo, first you got to calm down. And what I recommend you to do is cut ties with everybody. Like, lose ties with everybody, because everybody pulling your screens. Your girl want to pull screen share. Your kids pulling screen share. Your job pulling screen share. Why don't you take your leaves of absence from your job at the time and just focus on yourself? Cut your friends off, because right now you're telling me about your friends because they pulling you. Know what I mean? They not healthy for you, because all they want to do is use you drinking, because at the time none of my friends had a job. It wasn't working, so I was using them for the party though. Like, I got the money, but you using me while I'm using you type shit. Like, y'all listen to my bullshit. I'm paying for y'all like little drinking habits. So I was telling the third lady that. She was like, yo, cut ties with them niggas, because they're not your real friends. I did that shit. Know what I mean? So it was working at the time, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I got it. I went to a couple of shit. I should have stayed, but I didn't. I was like, I thought I had it, but I didn't really have it. But I should have stayed and like went to the stages, like step 1, step 2, step 3, all of that shit. But yeah, I did that shit.
See, this is step 1. This is step 1 today.
Yeah.
Step 2, you gotta go and see, as black men, we carry this unnecessary. Here's another L. We carry unnecessary burdens.
Yeah, like.
One of the biggest L's we do is carry unnecessary burdens.
Yes, we do.
That's a fact.
We're not, as super as we are. We're still not from Krypton.
Right. Yeah.
You know, this is. I'm gonna show you a picture of the black man struggle, and tell me if I'm lying. I want everybody in the chat and in the panel tell me if I'm lying. This is the black man struggle summed up in one beautiful picture.
Oh yeah, right there.
Think about
you carry the weight of the world unnecessarily.
You're carrying all that pressure. If you fall, nobody else is gonna have you.
Nobody don't got me.
Think about that. That's how you feeling right now, isn't it?
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
I say that all the time.
I'm out right now for a back injury right now. Right, I'm out for work. Both of my jobs, I'm out. I gotta go to physical therapy.
People in the chat, is that the plight of the black man? Is that the plight of the black man? People in the chat, think about it. There are so many burdens we carry that are unnecessary.
Shit.
And most times,
everybody, bro.
That's overweight.
But I can't even borrow $10 from nobody if I need it. Like, but I'm always blessing people. But I'm not worrying about that. It is what the fuck it is. But I don't get a phone call and be like, No, I'm saying like this little shorty I'm talking to.
How old are you, young man?
I'm glad I got a
How
little
old are
shorty
you?
in my life.
Nah,
Yo, I'm in
stop.
my
How
40s,
old
bro.
are you?
I'm in my
How
40s, bro.
old are you?
41, bro.
You fucked up, then.
No, but bro, I'll say like
Nah,
this:
everybody stop. You fucked up. Because I got friends that I have not seen in 25 years. That I grew up, and these were my best friends as kids.
Yeah, no doubt.
They haven't seen nothing. They have not seen me. I live in, some of them live in different states. Some live in Ohio. Right. Let me call one of them and tell them I'm in trouble. Anything I want, they got. You picked the wrong friends as a young man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But bro,
go ahead, Judge. Go ahead, Judge.
And you cannot
hold on,
put
Calvin.
that on the rest of us.
Hold on, Calvin.
Yo, I hold my own nuts, man. Hold on. I don't put my burden on nobody.
Hold on, James. Go, Judge.
I always hold my nuts.
Go, Judge.
Not about holding your nuts. It's about being real.
Hold on, Calvin. Let Judge go. Wait a minute. Judge, go.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I totally understand where he's coming from, especially like, that's a really bad feeling when you sit up there and say, when you go sit down to a psychiatrist and they bring in other people in the room and they watch you and they're like, you know what, man, I cannot help your ass. And I mean, like they see, but when you really sit down and think about it, it's not, I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it as this aspect. It's not that they just couldn't help me. I realized that the way the system is set up, there's no help for the black man, period. That's what hurts more than anything, to know that, like, I'm not even gonna lie, to know that, no offense. Well, I mean, like, when people sit up here and say, like, when you going through that and you were telling them, well, no offense, it's like, well, that's the everyday life of a black man. And to know that how the system is set up that way, nobody don't give a fuck about you. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. They don't care about you dying. The only time they care about you dying is if you taking somebody with you. And I mean, and it's bad. And it's bad to say something like that. But I mean, they don't care about you having even a chance at happiness. You haven't even a chance at a normal life, or I mean, a somewhat like. Like people get on me because I get, like with my thing. People say, "Oh, Dre, you can do so many things and this, that, and the other, and you can fix this, fix that, this, that, and the other." And I said, "Well, I'm just gonna tell you like that. It's not that I try to be that I'm all that. I may not do that thing at an expertise, but I can do it enough to get by." And I tell people, I said, this is how it is as a black man. As a black man, 9 times out of 10. If some shit go down, 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody coming to help you. Like people ask, like I got tired. Like people ask, when I was running, I used to manage people in the field. Sometimes it'd be 60, 70 people. Yeah. And I remember they would say, "Oh, so and so's car didn't start." And they'd be like, "Well, where's Dre at?" And I'm like, "Well, is Dre working at your?" And he's like, "Oh, he's 2 miles away at the other location." He said, "Oh, well, we know Dre got one." And they'd be like, "Well, how the fuck do you know?" He's like, "That nigga got everything." And it was just the people you say, he got a jump box. He got jumper cables. He got tire patch kits that can pop the tire and patch a tire right there on the rim. He got air compressors that he can pump the air tire up in the car. I mean, it's like, and the people ask, "Well, why do you have all this shit? Did you have a lot of breakdowns?" I said, "No, I'm a black man. 9 times out of 10, if any shit go down, ain't nobody stopping to help me."
Yo, he always got shit prepared. Like,
well, it's the fact is, look at. Well, wait a minute, bro. It's the fact is, you have to look at it as a black man. That when shit goes down, nobody ain't coming to help you. Nobody. Yeah, it was so bad. They'll drive by you. Right.
Nah, yo, but I'm gonna keep it thorough, yo. Like, yo, all you gotta do, fam, like the other dude, ask Angry Man about me. Ask Ebo Socha about me. Ask Ray Clemens about me. I don't put nobody through my shit that I go through in this space or outside of this space. You understand? Like, yo, when shit was hitting the fan on the first purge, I handle my own nuts. I took care of my own business. I ate my own food off of my plate.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But
all you gotta do is go to Anti First Purging, man, and see my work. Know what I'm saying? And I ain't put nobody under the bus. I ain't throw nobody under the bus. These men came to me and was like, yo, I didn't understand that shit. Know what I mean? I ain't put them niggas through no scrutiny shit. I said, fam, you don't gotta explain shit to me, fam. Y'all niggas still my niggas. Cause I do this. I have a code of conduct. And I've never been to the motherfucking army in my motherfucking life.
Let me put it to you this way.
But the way that I was growing up, it was about a code of conduct. It's the way that I roll with my niggas. And like the same attitude that I have with my niggas, it's the same way that I carry myself in these spaces. Like, nah, nigga, you don't gotta go to this fucking diatribe and explain yourself. And you, nah, nigga, we good. You my dog. Ebo Social, that's my dog. Ray Clemens, that's my dog. Know what I'm saying? Angry Man, that's my fam. When I lost my father and lost my best friend, know what I'm saying? Because both of them ain't here no more. Angry Man stopped the whole motherfucking panel and shouted me out. When I was going through my shit with other niggas, Ebo Sosa was the only one who used to be like, yo, he used to watch my videos. When I used to do my videos on my other channel, supporting me, make comments in the comment section, like, yo, keep up the good work. I feel like even though I was going through my own shit, like I was going through some heavy shit at the moment. Heavy shit, bro. And Ebo Sosa was the only motherfucker at the time was like, yo, keep up the good work. I like what you're doing. Put out some more content, man. Leave that other shit alone. I said, yo, Ebo Sosa, you right. Thank you for holding me down. He like, yo, good look. I understand, man. You got a lot of fire in you. You know what I'm saying? You passionate about what you speak. You know what I'm saying? You go all out. I still got the motherfucking screenshots with Ebo Sosa always shouting me out. Years ago. Nigga. Years. Watch my videos and everything. He was like, yo, you really do need to do like book reviews and shit. Because Angry Man to do he'll recommend some books. And I'll actually take my ass to motherfucking Barnes and Nobles and go get them shit. Like it'll be a day where I'm just not busy. I don't gotta work that day. And I'll take my ass to Barnes and Nobles and get that book. Know what I'm saying? And then like I'll show the book on my old channel. I'll show the book and I'll talk about certain pages that I like, that I took some knowledge from and shit. Know what I mean? Like a book called fucking Fake Christianity. That's one of my favorite books. I got that book, Fake Christianity, right now. That's one of the books that I was talking about, and Ebo Sosa was like, yo, man, you need to do book reviews. But I never jumped on it because I was going through other shit in my personal life, like going through child support and all that other shit.
You know why? It's because you committed another L that black men do. We lose ourselves.
That's a fact.
Yeah. We lose ourselves. Out of all the hobbies, all the studying, all the things we like to do, we lose ourselves because we're too busy taking care of everybody else.
Yep, and don't take care of. I ain't gonna lie. I've actually been to that person where you try to take care of so many other people. To the fact is, where like you taking care of so many other people that you end up burning bridges with people because one, you overextend yourself. Like I'm totally guilty of that. Like you guys say. Every time we see Judge, he's always working this, that, and the other. But
right.
I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't even be surprised if sometime I just overwork myself just to, you know what I mean, make sure I'm tired and don't have
to have a code of conduct about shit. Certain shit. I just like I swallow everything. I be like, yo, that's my dog. I'm going through shit in the space. I don't want to throw my niggas on the bus. I want to hold that conduct down. Like, nah, man, we good. I'll go to other channels and work on that show, build that space up or whatever, or fucking go to my channel, talk about what I'm going through throughout my day. And then I'm going through shit with my baby mother. She on some fuck shit because she's taking me because she got a new nigga. Know what I'm saying? Now she feeling herself now. Now she want more child support from me from the little one job that I had at the time. Now I got two, thank God. Know what I'm saying? She saying some fuck shit about like, yo, this nigga still drinking. He's still doing. Bitch, I ain't even drinking. I got 6 years sober in this bitch. But you telling him, oh, he's still drinking. He doing this. So now I got to hear this fuck ass judge who's a fucking woman. Know what I mean? That bitch don't know me before it came in the paint. Believe in this bitch because it's war mode doing that shit. But thank God that Angry Man recommended me to go to motherfucking the League of Dads. I'm hearing the League of Dads story on Facebook. I'm like, damn. This nigga going through the same shit I'm going through. At least there's somebody in this fucking world that understand the shit that I'm going through.
Did
You
they
know what
teach
I'm
you
saying?
something
Like
how to
shit
get
like
how to
that.
sidetrack that shit? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. Especially with, I'm not even gonna lie, the child support and stuff like that. It just, I'm not gonna lie, when they
That shit
drain
was
you
dread like a
down to,
motherfucker.
they drain you down to where it's basically a non-existent life. Like I remember, like the only, like I said, the only thing I would have enough money for to, the highlight of my day was a 2-liter bottle of pop and a bag of chips.
Shanks, you know, man, you know. I'm talking about peanut butter jelly sandwiches,
Yeah,
Roman
man. I
noodles
tell
and
them all
shit. Eating
like
some fuck shit
literally,
food.
right? You tell them
Not even eating healthy.
like you couldn't, but I'm saying is this: you couldn't go out like your home, like
like splurge,
you could
hell
watch.
no.
The best thing you could do is watch TV, and you
That's
sit
it.
up
That's
here
what I
like
was
no
doing.
life but that. You couldn't
I
afford to
go
go
out.
nowhere.
I go out and go splurge, man. I'm fucked up in the game.
Right.
I'm
Like
fucked up. I'm back
right.
to square one.
Right. Well, I'm not
Like
even gonna
I'm
lie.
really
You get
fucked
used
up.
to. You get into, but go through that for a couple of years, especially once you get over 7-8 years. It's even got to the point to where a girl was talking to me, and she was up there like, "Well, now that you got everything back and you're making more money now, what do you want?" And I told her, I said, "I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't been able to buy anything for so long. It's just like you got used to not wanting anything, and because you never knew you weren't gonna get it." And it's like right now, it's like I even look at myself and I'll be like, well, even when you got money, you'd be like, well, I now got money and I got a little bit of money I can spend. And you'd be like, well, I don't even know what to spend it on.
Yeah, then you
I
give
mean,
it away to
right.
your
That's a
kids.
really fucked up
You give it away.
situation.
You
You've been
give
that
that shit
fucked up
away
for
like
so
you don't
long.
even deserve that shit.
Right. You look at it and
That's
you
what I
say,
was
and you're
doing.
blowing on stupid. I ain't gonna lie, you're blowing on stupid shit.
That's
I
what
tell people all the time. I say, and I'm like, well, it don't matter if I blew it on stupid because all the years I couldn't do not a damn thing. I mean, where you sit up here and say, well, wow, people say, well, come on, Dre, have a drink with us. I ain't going because I know I ain't got no money. And, I ain't going to let other people keep footing the bill, so I would never go. Right. And then you've been staying in the house or you always working so much, you become like, well, you be like, man, I wouldn't even know where to go for leisure time if I even, you know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, let's go somewhere. Well, where you want to go? I don't know. I ain't been out so long. I couldn't even tell you where to go.
Worse than that, Dre, like
right?
you going to child support shit, then you dealing with other shit, and then when you do go shopping for yourself, cause you know how it is. You working, your wife or your girlfriend buy all the food, do whatever, do all the grocery shopping shit. But when you lose that relationship out of 18 years, you even nervous to go down the aisle. What the fuck should I get?
Right.
Like, you nervous though. You like, damn, should I get apples? Should I get oranges? Should I?
Right.
Cause she do all the fucking shopping. You just work, hand over the fucking money.
Mm-hmm. And what's wrong with that?
Work, shower, kids. Now when you lose that relationship, but luckily that I got out that shit, I was like, okay, let me get my apples. Then I start getting one thing. Then I started getting two things. Then I started going through the aisles and I started getting out of that nervousness. It was a long process to get out that nervousness shit. It's like redating. It's the nerves.
I'm sorry.
Shit for yourself.
No, I'm gonna cut in. I'm sorry.
That's my life.
You niggas pick fucked up shit, and then now you want to cry about it.
I'm not
crying about,
bro. Like
you got me
all fucked up. You got me all fucked up, my nigga. All fucked up. Because when I lost my fucking relationship, my nigga, I didn't come on a space complain like, yo, I don't got my relationship no more.
Part of the
I don't got my.
It's part of the venting.
All women. Find one video of me saying that I hate all women. Find one video, and I'll send you $150 cash out, nigga, right now. Find one video that I ever said that I hated all women.
It's part of the.
No, we're not saying you hated all women.
Dumbass shit.
No.
Never say that shit.
I didn't say you hated all women.
Hold up.
Y'all picked wrong because it was not for y'all to pick.
Fuck out of here, man.
The women were not for y'all to pick.
Video that I say, hey, I hate all women because I
was. There you go. There you go. That's why older black men like me.
You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
On my mama, nigga, you got me all
I gotta
twisted.
be one at a time.
See, there you go again. No, I ain't saying nothing bad. You just picked wrong.
The host is speaking now.
Right.
You gotta be. You gotta be.
Ah, shit.
You gotta let the man vent, because this is the only way he's gonna get it out. His system.
Ask about me, bro. Like, nigga, I never been no fuck nigga. I never did no fuck shit ever in this space. Ever. In my life.
Other shit.
You gotta think about it.
Godfathers, ask the Godfather who built this bitch, nigga, about me, nigga. Ask the angry man about me, nigga. Ask fucking Ray Clemens about me, nigga. Reptables. Ask Ebo Sosa about me, nigga. Do your work. Do your homework, nigga.
You just pick wrong.
Don't you say in this space, it's like...
See, there you go. You want to jump on something.
None of that.
I'm just saying one thing.
Like
you pick
wrong.
Like
that. I don't got to do nothing for you. I know Charles like that. That's who
you
I
just
fuck
pick
with.
wrong.
I don't fuck with nobody else, nigga. I don't got to do nothing
you just
for
pick
you,
wrong. What? Stop! Stop all that! Stop all who you want to. Stop all the name dropping.
My nigga, nigga, I'm on demon time right
now. Get off my door!
I don't owe you nothing, nigga. The fuck I owe you nothing.
Calvin, you need to relax a little, bro.
Child's my nigga.
That's all.
Child's heavy.
Yo.
That's my guy.
Because he didn't have the right. He didn't have the right women to pick from.
Nigga,
hold up.
You don't know nothing.
Calvin, relax, man.
Not a damn thing about me. You got me. I don't know what kind of language you heard.
Hold up, James, you gotta chill out. Chill. You about to have a stroke.
I'm good. I'm not gonna
go there. Have a stroke, man. Count to 10.
Back up.
You gotta count to 10 and do some deep breaths. Count to 10 and do some deep breaths.
Bro. I'm straight. I'm Gucci. Trust me.
And
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna
young brother. You don't have the picks that we had.
What happened?
You don't have the picks of the women that we had.
That's not what he was talking about.
No. Stop. You don't have the pick of the women that. See, there you go. You're right. Your mother. Matter of fact, you're 100% right.
I don't give a fuck about no bitch. The bitches.
You're 100% right. You know what? I'm so wrong, and I shouldn't even open my mouth.
I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I give a fuck about my blood pressure. A bitch don't define me, man. That's the last thing I'm worrying about is the bitch.
You're right. You know what? I'm gonna mute myself because you're so much more right than me.
I was getting pussy when
I'm just stupid motherfucker.
When I was 13.
James.
I was 13 getting pussy. That's the last thing I'm worrying about.
James, calm down.
Yeah, I'm good, man. But don't go there.
Calm down. Take some deep breaths. Calm down, man. You can't let everything just hit you up, man. Can't let it.
Nah, I'm straight, bro.
Let's take a time out for a second. Take a time out for a couple of minutes.
What do you want? That's one that light. No, that's mine.
Hold on. Woo. I mean, sure. Nobody gets mad when Bria Miles is up, right? But this is the part that, we as black men, we're the only glue that holds together in a few great black women. Do I think it's every? No, unfortunately it's not. Because if it was every, we wouldn't be in situations like this.
Right.
And this is the part where we as black men, we need to go into our places, to speak to whoever God or whoever spirits, ancestors, whatever your beliefs are, that sings to your souls. And see, the problem is this. Black men always try to define themselves by this vaunted strength. But when you're so strong, the problem with actually being so strong is nobody really asks the question, "Are you okay?"
That's a fact.
Do we ever get the hugs? Like sometimes you just want a motherfucker to hug you. Sometimes you want a motherfucker to put their shoulder on you, let you know it's gonna be okay.
That part.
And what makes us vulnerable is that we're afraid to be vulnerable because in our fucking culture, we have a lot of jackals.
Yeah, man.
And this is the reason why I always say we need mental help. You can't take a people from 500 years of slavery, 120 years of Jim Crow, 30 years of civil rights, 40 to 50 years of fucking unabashed fucking feminism and say we are fine.
Right.
That's impossible.
And then I told you about the story with my mom, child. You remember that story I told you with my mom?
James, hold on a second. Hold up.
You got to chill out. I want you to listen for a few minutes.
Right, that's a fact, bro.
I want you to listen for a few minutes because you got to learn how to calm down. You got to have secrets. Sometimes you got to meditate.
Right.
You know, and like when our brother here, Extended Clips, went to Egypt, he said he had to meditate and learn for himself and not have another man preach to him.
Right.
He had to do his research.
He had to go to his pilgrimage where his heart took him.
Right.
And this is a brother from Cali.
Indeed.
It wasn't easy for him to come to Alex. It was not easy for him to go all the way, all over Egypt.
And you said you were adopted, right?
Yeah, I was adopted when I was 5, and I was a ward of the state at 6 months old.
Wow.
And I was in foster care for 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Well, think about this. This man is a walking success. This man is a walking success story.
Let me ask you a question, EC. First of all, what's your background? First of all, race-wise, and
you speaking to me, brother Naima?
Yeah.
My mother is half Puerto Rican and Russian, and my father is half Nigerian and Jamaican.
Your biological parents, we're talking about.
Biological, yeah. They grew up together in Cooper's Park houses. They were next door neighbors as children.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. What about
Brooklyn?
And your adopted parents?
My mother is white, Scots Irish, and my father is Mexican, born in Mexico.
Well, you
okay, that's a lot of Oh, you are multifaceted. You are multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-everything, my friend. You are a mixed bag, and you are multi-productive.
Seed of the earth.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something about me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about me. Now, you've been around Ethiopians and Eritreans, I'm sure, but
Habesha, I love you guys for sure.
Yeah, we love you too. Oh, by the way, Eritreans, we don't really like the term Habesha really that much because our history is this. You know, Habesha means Abyssinian, but around that time there was a kingdom called Midr Bahri. That's in modern day Eritrea, so we still claim that. But that's another story for another time. But anyway, in our cultures, you know, when we praise you, we say you're a lion. But when we revile you, we refer to you as a hyena. With that being said, I learned from my father. I'm thankful for my father for this. Because, you know, as much as I had to learn to conform to my society, to the culture I was brought up in, since I was born in exile, I had to learn how to adapt to other places. So in a sense, my father is a lion, but he raised me to be a leopard. And I learned so much from leopards, lions, and hyenas. What it means to be adaptable to every situation. Just like when you were in Egypt, you had to learn how to adapt to every situation, how people were. Because you saw what people were like. And you saw peoples of all walks of life when you were down there. I would know because I grew up in KSA. So I remember what that was like. It was pretty rough.
I've been there.
What part?
Riyadh, and Jeddah, and also Mecca and Medina.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, Mecca and Medina, of course. I was in Sharqiya. I grew up in Sharqiya, but I was born in Riyadh.
Okay.
You know where that is? Sharqiya, Eastern Province.
Mm-hmm.
That's where.
By Nejd, right? Nejd.
No, I'm talking about Dahran Al Khobar. If you're familiar with cities. All right.
Okay. Way out there, though.
Yeah, that's where Khaliji right there. Represent. Hey, speaking of which, Mr. Z, get your ass up in here. I need to have a word with you. But anyway, but like I said, multifaceted, multilingual. You, my brother, you have a story of struggle. Your whole life has been a story of struggle and overcoming a lot of shit. That's
sure.
what I love. That's what I appreciate about that, you know.
Yeah,
but you have to learn on your
striving
own.
And we keep pushing. It's you know,
keep pushing
every day.
And see, that's the part that I like about it. You know, I'm gonna have to do this more. Bring up like subscribers and bring them up in the chat and tell their stories, because a lot of our stories are not going to be heard. Okay, and a lot of our stories inspire others, because you never want. Like I've said it, I was going to quit this shit. You never know who you touch. We got to use the social media thing for the benefits of our people. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're atheist. I don't care if you're Hindi, Shinto, whatever. Hindu. I'm just like.
Sorry, Hindi is the language.
Yeah, like Hindi.
I'm sorry, my OCD.
And it's like, what do you bring to this space? Do you bring tidings of great joy, or do you bring destruction?
Yes.
And that's the question we need to ask. Everybody's got something to give. You could feel lonely. Oh, I'm not this great of a guy, you know. Come to find out, the space, so many people in the space always ask me questions about law enforcement, military. There's guys who thank me for going into the military, to go in the Marine. One guy's going to Ranger school. I said, hey, you come out there, you're going to be the man. You go in as a man, and you're going to come out as the man.
Real.
And we all have to go through our crucible and our struggles and our journeys. That's why sometimes on our panels, I let people go sometimes. Then I got to bring them back in, but sometimes I let them go, because some people need to get that shit out.
It's like an exorcism of sorts, because it's been eating them up alive to the point that they need to find a place to vent. But sometimes they're so over consumed by that rent that they end up self-destructive. I understand that, because I was like that in my 20s. I needed some place to vent. But the problem was, me growing up where I was back home in Eritrea, it was not easy to do that, especially in a time where it was a lot of upheaval. It was a lot of fear. Even now, it was a crack. You still have there's a level of fear, because it's an authoritarian state. But in certain places, you can't just vent like you want to, because there's going to be consequences. Mm-hmm. And in some places, if you try to vent, they're going to misinterpret it. And plus, there's like the stigma of mental health, because a lot of us still have those same 19th century, early 20th century outlooks that we inherited from our colonial masters. And we still think like that. And I'm thinking people are still in a time warp. So you have to ask yourself, what are you doing? How you feeling? As much as we want to, sometimes it's not always the right question to ask, because, I mean, Charles, you understand as a veteran, there's some cats out there with PTSD and shit.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, but I know I have complex PTSD, which is another discussion for another time. But some of them, and you know, and a lot of things that Black men have to deal with is generational PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Generational trauma. Deep. It's not just in the African American community. In the Caribbean communities, you see this. In
you see it in Brazil.
Latino, African, a lot of us still got baggage.
It's kind of funny.
Baggage from our parents and grandparents and great grandparents that has not been unloaded, and we're like, "What the hell are we carrying this shit for?"
It's kind of funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to the different tribes, and the people are biologically the same
to an extent,
but the culture is so vastly different. And it's funny because at one point on Earth,
oh, we're talking about people in the New World. Sorry, so we're talking about black folks in the New World, right? Sorry, excuse me.
Everywhere technically,
Yeah.
because I mean, you got to think. You could be ethnic, whatever, but you could be a Russian and you're ethnic Jew. Russia was still a, you could be.
Jews. I
Facts.
mean,
Yeah,
Facts.
it's funny because you're the same people. Just like when he said his mother is half Puerto Rican and his father's half, Jamaican. Guess what? He's still our people.
Yeah,
no doubt.
He's just like anybody else. This is the problem that we have in the black society, the diaspora. Die, which means what? Divide. There's so much of a great divide that we internally cannot have peace.
And the reason I want to ask is because I was intrigued by the way his voice was accent. Because EC, the reason I was asking, hold on, EC, the reason I was asking is I was intrigued by your background and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But
I appreciate it.
You understand, but you understand. So, but when you understand someone's past, you understand their journey a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because like I say with Sir Obad, my dude, that's my dude, whatever. That's my dude and everything. Just like Charles, my brother from another mother and father. You can't understand the what without understanding the how, the why, the when, and the where. Because you need to have everything in context, but not just in context. You also need everything in nuance. Otherwise, you have shit oversimplified instead of having things in a simplified manner. Oversimplification is the means of misconstruing and misinforming people. So understanding other people's journey, their background, you understand, okay, but you learn something from each other. That's why my
part of the
forefathers
hero's journey.
Yeah. You also got to also understand the villain's journey, because you can't understand why some people are the way they are without understanding what they went through. It doesn't excuse them what they do, because accountability is everything. But we understand what everybody is, and as an empath myself, as empaths, we understand.
Sure.
You can't understand why people are the way they are without understanding what drove them to be that way.
Yep.
It's true.
And if you don't understand those people, you do not know how to deal with them.
Remember,
just
every
like
every villain think they're justified. You got to look at, you might have heard about this movie. It's called The Godfather. It's one YouTuber. I think it's like Vile Evil or something. It's very interesting. And he takes a psychological journey through some of the greatest villains in cinema. Michael Corleone was not truly the villain until he did one thing. You know what that one thing was? Take out his own brother.
Fredo.
Yep. That's the first villainous act.
And Fredo, and it was warranted towards Fredo, because there's another channel where they psychoanalyze all the characters from the Godfather and everything. They talked about hypothetical scenario. They talked about a hypothetical scenario of what would happen if Fredo became the Godfather.
Oh, he'd have been Godfather for 2 days if he's lucky.
Fredo was a rat, and like Michael said to Fredo, say, when he held him right close to him and looked him right in his face in his starring group, he said, "You broke my heart, Fredo. You broke my heart."
Yeah.
But he waited until their mother's death before he did anything to Fredo.
And you got to remember,
it's called Analyzing Evil. Sorry, it's called Analyzing Evil. That's the channel.
Yeah, Analyzing Evil, and it's funny because one thing about a journey in spirituality that I'm pretty sure y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you'll agree. When you're on the hero's journey, you have to before you confront the evil of the world, you have to confront the evil from within.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's sometimes I had to make peace with the person that I can become. if forced. You know, I was either the person with the papers, or I was coming, or if at night I needed to be, I was the person with the sword.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people like, oh, how could you do? I said, look, when you're a member, and this is the reason why. Here's another big L. Black people, we do not have a warrior class.
By design.
And if you had a warrior class, you would understand what I'm about to say. To be at peace, you must always prepare for war.
It's true.
And it's funny because especially the Abrahamic religions speak on this. Especially when you get to Ecclesiastes, and they talk about for everything there's a season. Okay? There's times that we have to be the comforters of our people, and sometimes we got to be the chastisers. There is no reward and punishment system in the black community. At least not by the men. And the shameful part about it is, how the hell do you establish rule? Because if this is the reason why I challenge a lot of women on their bullshit. I said, if men were the real leaders of this community, we would have punished your ass a long time ago for your treachery. And I'm not somebody who's talking about abusing women, but at the same time, you got to do something about people who betray their own. That's unbecoming. Just like when Malcolm X talked about the house nigga.
We sick, boss?
If he's sick, we sick, boss. How can I plan our freedom when you think you're already free? You're not gonna fight. If anything, you're gonna disturb us because you think I'm gonna disturb your freedom. He even did one analyzing Calvin Candy from Django.
Not just analyzing Calvin Candy. He also analyzed Steven.
I haven't seen the one with Steven. I've seen it, but I haven't looked at it.
You got to watch that one, because you understand what kind of evil Steven was about.
He was what the quintessential coon is. Okay? This as a soldier, I cannot stand distinction against your brothers in your command. I can't stand mutiny. I could understand a justified mutiny, don't get me wrong. But an unjustified one, you'll make an enemy of me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who, I may not have ever been Muslim, but every time I went around people of the Islamic faith, they respected me. One, because majority of them are very respectful people.
Yes, they are.
Two, we understand each other. I may not be in your faith, but I'm still your brother.
Facts.
And it's funny because when you have that warrior culture, you understand the warrior. I'm looking at, I'm in Iraq, and you see the black Iraqis.
Ugh.
And get to them, you're like a superhero. When you shake hands with the little kids, they're looking at you like, wow, you got these big arms, you got these big weapons, and you're just looking, and they're like, and the guy, and you should see them. All they do is touch my arms.
They were intrigued for it.
They're so intrigued. But because you have the same skin as me, that little boy recognized you understand me.
Yeah.
There are times you look at kids and and I'm not going to lie to you, there are tears coming down my eyes. I had to turn away so those kids couldn't see the tears.
Mm.
Well, this is my country.
And it's like, you got to wipe your eyes real quick, put some sunglasses on. You might have made that kid's day. Just talking to him, eating a little candy bar with him, sitting down, listening to him. You made that kid feel like the most important person in the world for 15 minutes.
In the world, 15 minutes.
Put him on top of the Jeep, showed him the machine guns, showed him all the stuff, and he's like, wow. And he's looking at you like, I know Superman, and I just met him. That's the type of brotherhood we should have.
Amen. Amen.
They're very scared of that, Charles.
That's the type of brotherhood we should have. If you
But
can't
why are the brothers scared of it?
And see, a lot of people are scared of that type of brotherhood is because when you take away the drama, what else do you have to fight? You have to fight the real enemy. Hello. But y'all don't hear me though. Do I need to say it again? Hey, Calvin, Namer, Dre,
yeah,
Extended. Should I say that shit again?
Speak on it.
Repeat it for the motherfuckers in the back.
When you take away all the drama and all the bullshit, now you got to fight the real enemy, and that's what a lot of people are afraid of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See,
motherfuckers who have never walked the battlefield, never had to take the life of another man and feel it in your heart and your soul. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I see men that I took life.
You got to live with that.
I got to live with that.
And people don't understand. That's a burden. That's a heavy burden.
But motherfuckers running around talking about a bitch that you can't get her to understand. Nigga, do you know what I'm dealing with?
And we see a lot of that in the chat. We see a lot of that in the manosphere. And shout out to the Blues again. Shout out for the support. Woo! A lot of times.
Why come people don't understand that? I did my duty. I went over and I fought. And I got ghosts that will be with me forever. But you don't. You just dealing with a dumbass bitch.
And that's all. You got to think about this. I'm going to tell you what it is about. A lot of times in our community, we've been told that if we work hard enough, if we get a good enough trade, if we get enough education, if we're swagged out enough, if we're smooth enough, if we're sharp enough, if we got the drip, everything, that our reward would be a beautiful, submissive, loving, caring wife.
You don't get that.
You're not even getting that. I had to ask a girl one time, how many times a week should a woman cook for her man? At least 4, maybe 5. Okay, let me ask you this one. How many times a week should that man protect that woman? 7?
7.
See how unfair it is? What do I get to the cost of my life?
Yeah.
And one woman answered this the best way how. My undying submission and love.
Yes. Just only had that once in my life.
And that's the part where a lot of here's another L that we don't admit as black men in modern America. We're heartbroken.
Yes. Oh God, can you tell it?
Do I need to say it again?
I'm so fucking heartbroken right now.
We are heartbroken. There are some of us who found the women of our lives. And I've always learned from being in the warrior class because I've always said, in order to get into higher society, you must have a warrior class to prepare you for that type of battle.
Ooh,
a lot of us in the black community are heartbroken. We're heartbroken from our mothers. We're heartbroken from our sisters, past loves, wives. And then when you finally find a good wife, what happens? She's taken from you.
Oh my God.
When you finally find a good one, Jesus Christ. One thing.
Charles, I'll give you another one, another L.
Because it's the only thing that ever happened to me.
Uncle Calvin, you okay?
The good one, she got taken away from me.
Yeah, I hear you, Uncle Calvin. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. I remember. What was it? The Isley Brothers had a song called Tears.
Before you speak, Namer, I'm gonna just say this: for all you brothers who had a good woman and she was taken from you from one good reason or another, remember this: it's not about you mourning. It's about thanking God that a person like that actually lived.
Thank you for being part of my life.
I'm going to say it again for the people who need to hear it one last time to name or go. It's not about the mourning and the sorrow for losing that person. It's about thanking God that a person like that actually lived.
Amen. Yeah, that loss, that sorrow. There's how many songs are there about that song? But the Isley Brothers have a song about that, about losing somebody you loved, something like that. It's called Tears or Betrayal. One song I can think of, another one is Betrayal. That's another L we got to take. How many men have been betrayed by somebody? Could be a woman, a best friend, or anything like that. I know too many songs about betrayal. If anybody remembers Uncle Sam, back in '97, he had a song called "I Don't Ever Want to See You Again," where he talks about finding out.
You know what song I want a black man to sing as a betrayal of a woman who was the greatest thing that walked planet Earth, died on it, or was taken away, and he can't understand. That's where I'm at.
I understand. But let me ask you something.
I had a good woman that was, and motherfucker, driver took her away from me.
Yeah.
And everybody think that, oh, Calvin, you just this, you that. No, I had it all. I had everything that every man under the sun thought he wanted. I had it. She was drop dead gorgeous. I didn't have to worry about you. I didn't have to worry about that.
She was a badass too, wasn't she?
There was two companies I worked for. I worked for Brown Freight and Yellow Freight. They were right across the street from each other. Every day she would bring me lunch.
Oh, wow.
bring me my boys. We talk. Everything was good. Books was good. School was good. Here's my checks. I never have to worry about a bill in my house. At the end of the month, she's asking me how much can she go spend on dresses or shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was taken care of. And then people ask me, why am I so heartbroken? Because I can't find an equal. I've been doing it. Mary died about 15 years ago. And I still can't find an equal.
God bless that woman, man.
Uncle Calvin, can I ask you a question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, young man in my case, but do any of your grandkids remind you of her?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
How many of them resemble their grandmother?
My oldest son.
Uh-huh. What about not your children?
Guess what he's going to be within the next year? In the next year, he's going to be an admiral in the United States Navy.
Oh, congratulations to him.
He looked exactly like her. Exactly like her. The almond skin, the persona, everything. He projects her. Me, I'm an arrogant. I want to kick your ass, and she was like, "No, you talk about this and find a better way." But let me tell you something. That little sneaky motherfucker will fuck you up because she was a 3rd-degree black belt, and Rashida went Negro. She'll kick your ass if she had to.
God bless her. God bless her.
See, this is the best part about the shows is sometimes you never know who needs to vent. You never know who needs to heal.
Shit, you heard me cry.
It's the hardest thing to heal, Charles, because I can't find nobody to help me heal.
Sometimes that's hard. I've never been married, so I can't give marital advice. But I'll tell you this one thing. If this woman was a 10th, if any man finds a woman that you said about her, a 10th of this woman, that's a blessed man.
And Charles, let me tell you something. The first day I saw her, I knew I wasn't her equal. That motherfucker come walking across the street, stopping traffic.
Damn.
5'7", 40, 24, 40. And I'm talking about hard, cut up. She looked like a linebacker with those dimensions. Because she played volleyball, all that in college. Man, let me tell you something. When this woman spoke to me, I walked out the goddamn motherfucking bus stop. Like, nah. Charles, you remember that? Like, nigga, this is not going to be Dollar Joe.
Yeah.
What did he say?
When we were growing up, Charles, he has to remember, Dollar Joke was a real thing. You could call Dollar Joke, and it would give you a joke.
Oh,
it's
and I just didn't think I was going to go through Dollar Joe. This woman was for real. Within 6 months, I was married. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something that none of y'all know, but there's something. Her family didn't even know me. Three days after we got married, I got black flag. I was gone for 5.5 years. We can talk about what country I was in, but I can't. It has not been declassified.
Okay.
I come home. I'm decked out in my dress blues. I got a son that I've never seen. He's 5 years old. The first time I fucked this woman, she got pregnant. Oops, I shouldn't say it like that. Oh, well, it's at 1 o'clock. We can talk the way we want to. First time I fucked her, she got pregnant.
That's why I keep that parental advisory sign up.
I come home, and the only person, every now and then I can talk to her through, and the only person going to know that still megaphones. So you know how black we're talking, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm talking through still megaphones to her, and we get 15, 20 minutes, and you got to get off because it can ping you. Then I come home, Charles. I get out the car. I'm in my dress blues. I am a sergeant first class. And I'm talking about I'm draped from one end to the other. The only person that recognized who I am is her nephew. He just looked at me like, oh shit. And so I walk up in the yard, and it's because everybody in the family, 90% of everybody in the family, it's military. It's memorial staff. I walk up in the yard, and nobody knows who I am. Now she's coming out with sticks. I ain't talking about regular. You know what pterodactyl steaks is like when you come from the field, right? She got about 2 dozen of them. She getting ready to bring out, and she see me, and she just dropped all of it. And the whole family like turn, look at her, and she just like Calvin, and just jumped right in my arms. And everybody like, who the fuck is you? And and then the youngest guy in the family, he's still in the reserve, walks in like, that's First Sergeant Cotton Rogers. And she hugging and kissing on me, and damn, she damn near humping on me in the middle of the yard. I got 3-year-olds that ain't never seen me in life.
Sometimes that's the best part of the healing, is the good times.
Wait, how long were you away from home?
I was gone like just under 4 years.
Oh wow.
Charles can tell you what the first shot to the Middle East where we went, they kept us there. Yeah, because we were the best of the best.
See, war.
And they were sending the best of their best against us.
And y'all stayed, even though y'all cleared it up, they made y'all stay for a minute.
What year was this, if I may ask?
We're gonna leave that one alone. Okay. Because that allows certain things.
You know what? I gotta bring this up. I gotta bring up this avatar.
After that, when they didn't know who I was, I came home, and I've been sending her money the whole time, but it wasn't getting to her. So this woman had almost $500,000 worth of my money in escrow. You know how you see your wife, your shit they're supposed to get every month. And none of it got to her.
What part of the game is this?
So when I'm asking everybody, like, wait a minute, I've been sending money home for almost 4.5 years. I'm sending at least $1,500 home a month, 4.5 years. Plus BBQ and all that. And she was getting none. So when they had to pay me that, it came out to about $1.5 million.
1.5. Wow. That's no joke. Especially back in those days, whenever this was.
I'm just gonna say, hey, it's been a hell of a story. Now, what were you about to say, Namer?
I was talking about pain, about betrayal, because we're talking about heartbreak. Let's talk about betrayal. We've all been double-crossed and betrayed by somebody.
That's.
I mean, like you've had, and that goes in ties with our heartbreak. Because how many black men as boys had their hearts broken by, not by a girl, but and betrayed by somebody like
a dear friend,
a parent, or a friend. I mean, you ever seen the movie The General's Daughter? John Travolta. He confronted when his character confronted what's his face, the general, and said, and he said, you know what? I asked the colonel, James Woods' character, what could be worse than rape? What's worse than rape was betrayal. How the general, at the urging of his old buddies from West Point, tried to cover up his daughter's rape, thinking that they would never find the assailants, which they eventually did. That betrayal. Or how many brothers who grew up without a father, like in Fresh Prince, when Will met his father, who played by Ben Vereen, always absent, was always there. It's like, why does he want me? How many brothers had their hearts broken because they thought the dad was going to be coming to pick them up, but he never showed up. Or made a promise but broke it.
I mean, you got a year. You got a spare year. I mean, it's how can I say it? It's almost natural. It's almost normalized to be heartbroken as a community. I look at I look at the women, and I just be like, baby, just say you heartbroken. Just say you heartbroken.
And got trust issues, because if you're heartbroken and betrayed, you can't trust that easily.
And sometimes, neighbor, like you said it best.
I've had my experience of betrayal from where I'm at, where I've been, and it's like you see. I mean, imagine entire generations being betrayed by their leadership. Just go for it.
Got a year?
Yeah, I've got plenty.
I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of heartbroken people in our community.
Yeah.
Only because they get to hear one side of
Ooh, that hurt. That hurt right there, Nick.
Like you.
I mean, I ain't bullshitting, man. I mean, you watch your country fall apart in a certain way, or the leadership double cross its own people like that. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And you watch the slow devolution into tyranny and shit. That betrayal, that cuts like in life, or being betrayed by your own family members and whatnot.
Yeah,
you know,
it's sad because
only family member I got betrayed by was my grandson.
How?
I told you this, did that, Charles? I hit the $35,000 in the lottery, and he told on me.
This nigga.
But he still got to go to Disneyland.
Wait, how old was he?
But he told on me.
How old was he?
5.
Okay, you gotta let that go. You gotta let that slide.
Yeah.
No,
you gotta let that.
Right
that's like playing basketball.
The biggest joke in the world. It's the biggest joke in the world. Even at that time, it was still the biggest joke in the world. Like, he looked at me like, "I'm sorry, Papa, but they got me," and I was like, "Okay, baby, don't even worry about it."
I remember, what was it, Patrice O'Neal? He said this because he grew up not knowing who his father was. Well, he knew his mom told him who his father was, but he said this. He said, "You know what? I forgave my father because I never knew him, and I understand why. Because the time my mother got together, he wasn't looking to have a kid. He was just trying to get some sex.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knew about me, but when my mom told me who he was, I said who he was. I was like, all right. But I didn't care but he didn't care because he knew it was. If you remember the Bernie Mac show, you want to talk about heartbreak. If you remember Bernie Mac show, remember that show, that one episode where he went back to Chicago because his uncle died, and they went to bury him. On the flight home, there was this box that his aunt gave him. He said, "Your uncle wanted you to have this." And he looks at it. There's a picture of him when he was little. There were some clippings that his uncle saved of his performances in Chicago. And then he found a copy of his own birth certificate. And much to his shock, his uncle's name, his uncle was his actual father.
Yeah.
He couldn't raise him. He had to pretend to be a fair uncle, but he couldn't be there directly to raise him, but he was there to raise him from afar. That broke his heart even more and worse. Not knowing the truth about who your real father was. I mean, how many people have been betrayed, finding out like how many brothers out there have been betrayed to find out that the child that they've been raising wasn't actually theirs to begin with.
Yeah. A lot of men are going to find that out in the next 20 years. A lot of men are going to find that out in the next 20 years.
That's a damn shame.
And they kind of wonder why my generation, Charles, not yours, but my generation, we've been at the wives. I can actually say this. We went at the wives. And the wives would fight us to be their husbands.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got the right one, you had a wife for life.
Yeah. But we're not trained that way anymore. That's the sad part. That's the saddest part about it. We're not trained to be husbands and wives. They're trying to train us just to be partners.
Just to be partners. I don't want to be your fucking partner. You're supposed to be under me and establish the fact that I am the man, you are a woman. Now, if you want to be my equal, you want to be that strong, independent woman, and shout out Edward Anderson. Do that over there.
Nope.
Because that's what Edward said. Do that over there. If you want to be a wife and you must come under the control of a man. And men do not give up leadership to a weaker vessel. Women, you are the weaker vessel. Why would I give up leadership to you? Okay, you want to be leadership? All right, go lead. I'm gonna stand over here.
Oh.
I'm gonna watch your shit fall apart. No. You want to be that strong, independent woman? Go over that and be that. You don't need no man? Go over that. Stay over there. Don't come over here when you're 40.
Oh.
And you know you need one. No. You said your 20s and 30s. You need a man. Stay your ass over there.
Exactly.
Now watch how many of them fall apart. Because the men you want are over here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want a boss bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a bitch that like, level up to me. No. I make, I'm gonna even put it out there. I make about 85,000 after tax. Well, on this, we ain't gonna go with my retirement. Let's go with my retirement and everything. I make about 145,000 after tax. So yeah, I'm one of them high value men. I got all that because the people that I do have in my network. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, DJ Coda. Thank you, Game Changer. Thank you, Obsidian. You know, the guys that I'm associated with on a daily basis. And Kevin Samuels, I have to say this, I listen to you every day. So yeah, I'm in a high value that, but I don't even see myself as that. You know why?
What?
Why?
I just don't think of it like that.
Good answer.
I'm just Calvin. I'm just doing what my mama and daddy and my grandma and my granddaddy taught me to be. I'm just I'm just doing what is good for my family.
Amen. Anybody got any last words?
Last words.
All I can say is, first of all, Charles, first and foremost, you ain't shit, and God bless you for it.
Thank you.
Because you better than that. I just
much love. Thank you so much.
Hey, it's been a blessing to meet you, brother.
Stranger. Dre?
Yep, I said this. Of course, we already know he ain't shit. He's from Baltimore, so what do you fucking expect?
What do you expect? You're right.
I am the shit.
So I mean, it's already fucked up there. So
it's fucked up, but it's not a Cleveland fucked up.
Hey, man,
oh, now you want to go to my hometown? Fuck you, Charles.
Oh, you from Cleveland, huh? Where in Cleveland?
Fuck yeah, I was born there.
Where in Cleveland?
I'm on East Side.
Well, like what East Side? Where? I'm from Cleveland Heights.
Oh, nigga, you in the nice niggas then.
They say Heights niggas, as they used to say back in
Yeah,
the day.
because when I was a kid, Cleveland Heights was the nice side of town.
Yeah. Cleveland Heights.
60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Uncle Calvin, you got your camera on.
I do. I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going as man. I don't give a shit. I'm damn near 60 years old. Hell, I can't change where I am.
But where were you in Cleveland? I just want to know what area. East Side where?
My father bought a block of houses.
Uh-huh.
On Elizabeth Avenue.
Okay.
93rd.
I know exactly where that is.
He bought 1, 2, 3, 4. He bought the first 7 houses on that block.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
When he retired in the house that he wanted, which was 9319 Elizabeth.
Okay.
My family tore it down when he died.
Oh man.
Damn.
No, we didn't want nothing.
And Kisses from Afar said, Mr. Faulkner, I cannot thank you enough for your channel, the brothers you have on your panel, channels like yours, BGS, Kevin Samuels, Green Gorilla, Dr. T have been a blessing. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. You want to hear something funny? Like I know that area you're talking about over there on Elizabeth. And over there on Elizabeth, there's still no houses to this day. On that first like 7 houses, they're all empty lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What my family did was they cleaned it out. Because the front of that street used to be an old gas station.
Right. I know exactly where it is. It's over there by like right before you get to Harvard when you come down 93rd.
Yeah, when you come down 93rd.
Right. Because a good way to tell, you got ShopRite on the next corner. ShopRite. Right. Remember they call it Mike ShopRite. It's on the next. I ain't gonna lie. I know my city. Just like I just give an example. I know the city so well. Back when that dude who like tripped off, and he said like he was on TV when they were watching when they were talking about when he rolled up and shot that old man just out the blue, and he was like, yeah, I just killed 2 people in a house on 108th and so and so, and I'm like, bullshit. I said it like immediately. I said he's lying. They're like, what are you talking about? Because ain't no fucking houses on that street. It's it's only an apartment building on that corner. And then I remember because I should know because a chick that I was messing with, her sister actually living at that apartment building.
Just let you know,
and I fucked her and her sister.
Just let everybody know I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers can understand that I grew up in that area after my father retired from the military.
Yeah.
Those houses were some of the premier houses in Cleveland.
Yeah, they were. A lot of people don't realize those were actually pretty nice houses. Another good area, like right in there, was off 93rd. When you go down 105, right there, where they fix all those houses up. You know, like when's the last time you've been to Cleveland? Like, if you come down 105 now.
Yeah, I ain't been in Cleveland almost 30 years, and I got.
Oh. I
go up there, but I don't go to my old neighborhood.
But bro, you come down 105 right now, you would see apartment buildings that's renting for $2,000 a month, and you'd be like, "Wait a minute, we used to stop here and pay $10 a month, $10 a night, and get a happy ending, as they say, get your dick sucked or whatever." I mean, like literally, I sit here and laugh because I'm like, even though I'm an older person, and I know that this was my stomping grounds back when I was 16, 17, and like I would still never buy a house, and I would never even move over this area. I'm paying $22,000 a month to live on 105. 105. But I will admit, like go online.
In the old neighborhood.
Now, listen. Also too, go look online and look up what they call Opportunity Corridor. They built a
Okay.
freeway damn near. It's like a little. It ain't a real freeway, but it's like a. They built this whole new area where you can go from downtown all the way up to 105, like toward the Cleveland Clinic area. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it looks beautiful
I remember
when you sit there and know about it. Yeah, you be like,
guess
wow.
where I used to work at for 10 years.
Where?
Once I got out, I think I worked there for like 3 years before my wife.
Where?
University Hospital.
Oh man, University Hospital right there. I mean, well, what's so bad? They're trying to expand because the VA had to expand, and University Hospital has to expand.
Yes, they had to expand because of what's the college right across from it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Mount Sinai used to be across the street. That was my son was actually born at Mount Sinai. That's why I sit there and laugh. My oldest son
But they took Mount
is gone
Sinai
now.
to the west side.
Yeah, Mount Sinai is gone now. But everybody knew they was gonna close that as soon as Cleveland Clinic. We're not gonna close it. This, that, and the other. Yeah, right. They did. Yeah, exactly what they did. These Cleveland Clinic closed like all their emergency, like their trauma centers, because they don't handle gunshot wounds and all that shit. So everybody knew that shit was coming. Right. I told Al, I said, if you don't realize, so the only place you can go is University Hospital.
University Hospital.
Right.
And that's why. Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
That whole area.
Hotel and shit up there. I mean.
Yes.
Right.
Man, you bringing back memories when I was a kid.
Well, St. Luke's Hospital is now. They redid that and turned it into apartments.
What?
St. Luke's Hospital, where St. Luke's Hospital used to be, it's apartments.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of buildings now where you be like, these were buildings like this, they done turned them into like apartments and condos, and like literally, I would be surprised where you be like, God damn, people living here, or I mean, like you go in some place, you can tell the building is old because in some areas the floors are not level because they can't level out them floors like that.
Right.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Like you on a lot of them sometimes, especially, I start to see the city a lot more ever since I started doing gig work at night. Like every once in a while, I get out and do some gig work. So I just go out there and deliver the shit. And when I
hear
start
what I'm saying?
all the addresses, right? You go to
wait a minute. Hear what I'm saying? Wow.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. If you had a property like
I grew up in
now. It's gonna be. You wait about 7-8 more years. It's gonna be the place to live.
My brothers don't think that I grew up in upper middle class.
Well, look at these.
Will you tell them when you lived up by Nathan Hale, John Adams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was supposed to be nice, but I ain't gonna lie.
That was upper middle class.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Now, the picture East Cleveland, drug haven, Norm.
Oh God.
Worst city in the Northeast. When they say East Cleveland, and a lot of people don't know, it's not the east side of Cleveland because it's
East Cleveland.
Right. Just giving an
example.
That's
why we skirted. That's why I've always, when I came up Euclid, I would hit right by the rapids, go around the rapids, and come back out on, God, what's the name of the street?
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
Go around the rapids and go around the end of the rapid transit and come about 220.
Right, but I'll tell you this: they've actually made it so bad now. Like in East Cleveland, they start tearing down all those dilapidated buildings. I've seen them. I saw them tear down 2 big buildings in the last month. I told people, I said, "What's so bad? East Cleveland's a bad area." But if you ever notice in some areas of East Cleveland where they're building out like from Cleveland Heights, where like you be like, oh, you in Cleveland Heights, but you don't realize it because they start building new buildings on the very border of East Cleveland. So you be like, people go and say, oh, I'm gonna go and rent this house, and then be like, well, actually, this is not a Cleveland Heights address. This is actually the East Cleveland address. But the building don't look like that because it's so close to the Cleveland Heights, and that's exactly what they're doing now. They're building out like from all the nice areas. They're building into East Cleveland. I ain't gonna lie, give it East Cleveland probably gonna take about another 20 years though. But in my
they're gonna take it over. It's gonna all be Cleveland Heights.
Well, no.
Now, how much Mayfield is going to get back?
Well, they're not going to be able to do that because they tried to bring East Cleveland into Cleveland Heights. They tried to merge our cities at one time, but this is what the politicians wanted to do. The politicians wanted all of their people to stay on the board and still control East Cleveland. So then Cleveland Heights was like, well, wait a minute. You want us to take over your city, but we got to still pay all y'all dumbass. No, we just going to make our city bigger and we'll have our people run the whole thing. So and it was like, no, you got to keep our people on the pay. No. If you guys fuck the city up, why the fuck am I going to let you keep your damn jobs? If anything is, if we going to take over your debt, then our people control everything. And that's why that deal fell through. Because they were trying to, we were going to take the Forest Hills part of East Cleveland and merge that into Cleveland Heights. You know, and once they realized that they try to keep all them people on the board. Think about it. If you was around in there, you already heard like when they had Edward Norton, that the mayor of East Cleveland, who they caught him in a dress and they fired him for that. And I'm like, no offense, he might have been in a dress and doing all that crap, but he was actually a very good mayor. I mean, he was the best mayor that East Cleveland ever had, like since I've been alive. And I've so many other like East Cleveland. That's why we got that cop Pac-Man on the force. He threatened another cop. He done killed people before. And I mean, he threatened another cop, and they got it on video where he walked up to the cop. He's like, man, if I didn't love, he said, man, you make me want to kill you sometimes. Like, you can look and see the video online. And he didn't realize, because he had walked in the room, and he didn't realize that they were recording because they were booking evidence into the thing. And so he was like, yeah, man, what kind of drugs we got? Because I want to take some of the drugs home to my wife. So I can get some pussy tonight. And he's like, well, you know, and he looked back like she gave him the signal like this is being recorded. And he's like, that's when he walked up to him and said, dude, I could kill you sometimes and something like that. And to the fact that knowing that this dude has been known for killing people and stealing drugs and putting people in jail, and this nigga's still on the force. That's why I sit up here and say, when cops sit up here and say, no, ain't no bad, no, motherfucker, there's plenty of bad cops on the force.
Plenty of bad cops on the force.
Right. But I mean, it was when Ed Norton took over East Cleveland, he fired Pac-Man. His name is Pac-Man that he go by his nickname. He fired Pac-Man.
You know, Charles, I ain't even gonna hit your city. Right. But this is how bad my home city is.
Mm-hmm.
This is how bad my home city is.
Look it up. Look it up. His name is.
And then, I wonder why I live in Columbus, Ohio.
Hold on, Calvert.
You hear me? You hear me? Charles Farley. Look it up. His name is.
Let me hit my homeboy. Now you wonder why I live in Columbus, Ohio.
Hold on, Calvin. What you said?
I said, look it up. His name is McDowell, but it's real. But he got the street name Pac-Man. That was his.
Yeah, I know Pac-Man.
Right, Pac-Man. Right. That's how long he been a cop. Because Ed Norton had fired his ass when he first took over East Cleveland.
Yes, he did.
And he fired him. And then after they kicked Norton out, they brought Pac-Man back because said, look, we ain't got enough proof to fight, but we just look, nigga, we know you're a dirty cop. We want you out because we this is not the city we want. And they brought what's so bad? They brought him back. Norton fired him and 6 other cops. What's so bad? Of the 6 cops that Ed Norton fired, when they got back, all 7 of those cops got their job back. And then 4 or 5 years later, all 6 of those cops are now behind bars for doing dirty shit. So now what's so bad is the nigga knew that the niggas was doing dirt, so he just fired everybody. The new mayor hired him back in.
I think he did the right thing.
Right. He hired them back in, and then it came out they were all dirty cops. Right.
Yeah. Put them all out there so they could be so the public can see.
Well, he was saying they used to call them the jump out boys back then because they would rob.
Yeah.
They were robbing dope boys.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Man, you talking about the early 80s.
Yeah, jump out boys. I know.
A couple of police officers got shot the fuck up jumping out on dope boys.
Well, not even the fact of that too. He killed that prostitute at the hotel.
Yeah,
I told everybody back then.
Lancers.
And not at Lancers, at the Noble.
Oh, the Noble. Okay.
Noble,
yeah. Right as you get past
Yep.
the end of the railroad track.
South Taylor, right? South Taylor, right there. You got the Noble right there. You got the townhouse across the street.
I'm about to shut down. If anybody on the panel want to keep talking, you're free to do so. But thank you for the support, everybody. Woo, I'm out.
All right.
I love you, brother.
All right, we're here.